the same lifestyle or nothing. It's BS. It's a way to shake men down that's doing well. Fantasy Island Gal says
Mm,
my
mm.
man is from Tennessee and he is like those guys in the video.
Not Aaron O being a
Is he
bandit.
now? There was a couple guys.
I can't take it. Not Aaron O being a bandit. This is crazy. I would have never thought. I would have never thought of all people, Aaron O would be a bandit. But here we are. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and tap in. Him got back. What we got going on here?
It should be about the statement that the guy wants to make to the girl despite her whatever she's naturally equipped with, right?
What if she like can't cook at all? Does that maybe mean she has to pay for a date?
How does that align?
Yeah, I don't think that aligns.
Chivalry.
I don't know if that works.
The cooking has nothing to do with gender. Anyone can cook.
That doesn't
What is
align.
paying though?
Paying does that.
That doesn't align. These bandits want women to pay for their dates. These bandits want women to. Let me know if you guys can hear me because I'm using my mic on my computer. But why are you taking girls on dates if you can't afford a date? These bandits want women to. Let me know if you guys can hear. Okay, now I know that you guys can hear. Why are these bandits trying to take women on dates knowing they can't afford dates? I genuinely don't understand that. Let's see. Let's catch up on Aaron's stream.
Man's job. That's a man's job. The second he says cooking, reject. I reject thee. I am not your slave. I am not your slave. No, 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 no. I'm not going to cook for you just because I'm a woman. Whoa. So I'm not going to pay just because I'm a man. I'm not going to pay just because I'm a man. Man, I tell you.
Bandit behavior.
Holding on to tradition is why we going down this path.
This is typical bandit behavior. Aaron isn't. Come on, Aaron. You gotta do better.
Rich girls pay for the first date.
No.
She doesn't know how to cook at all. Should she maybe pay for a date?
No.
Yeah.
If she's so cooking is where we draw the line.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
It's giving bandit
as
101.
you see, we tie gender to things all the time. It just so happens to think that we only want to tie it when it comes to responsibilities of men.
So I'm doing my stream, y'all. We're about to be chilling. Aaron not gonna copyright strike me. He chilling.
The men. Don't worry, I'll get to you. Victim Olympic says in Becky and them too. SYSW. But apparently they're not having these problems because all the men are being relatively fair. Oh, sure. We'll pay. Fine. But the thing that I caught there was this: women feel extremely comfortable to say F men. F them. You don't deserve nothing. And the men feel pretty uncomfortable to admit that rich women probably should pay. They like, man, I don't. Even if I'm in my last $10, I'll pay. Just because I don't want you to think less of me as a man.
What the fuck is
even
Aaron
though
talking
you're
about?
rich. That's how scary the world we live in right now. That's how scary the world we live in. I would definitely pay for a date with my man, but he wouldn't let me. Fantasy Island Girl, that's another trick that y'all keep trying to trick us with. Why? The only reason you're probably willing to pay is because you know he definitely wouldn't let you pay. That's the same cop out as saying whoever asks for the date should pay.
No, that's not true.
Majority of the time, almost 9.
No, Aaron, a majority of the time, women don't mind paying for their dates. See, that's the problem with some of these red pill guys is they have this thinking process that women don't want to pay for stuff when that's not true at all. Women don't mind paying for dates. Women don't mind helping out with rent and stuff like that, especially when you're younger. The problem is women don't want to take care of 40-year-old men, 50-year-old men, right? They want to take care of even 30-year-old men who are not willing to get up and work, get up and get a job, get up and maintain a paycheck. So I just feel like it's kind of ridiculous how red pill Aaron has gotten and how red pill Cheeky has gotten. And guys, make sure you share out this stream. I'm probably going to join Aaron's stream from the iPad. This is how he's streaming these days. Like, I'm going full Destiny mode on these guys. And I'm about to get new mics and everything else, guys. Like, come on. We cannot be fucked with. All right? And we're going to keep building it back up. Let's see what Aaron's talking about now. Oh, hold on.
I'm so lost by that statement. I'm just slightly frustrated at which women feel the comfort to say some of the things in which they say. And have the audacity to say men are complaining about women online. Shameful. Now, tying to the past, traditionalism holding back future development, right? Now, earlier we talked about where I seen a person holding a sign up that says "No more blacks. Black is wrong. Go away." And they interviewed him. He's like, being black is wrong. We don't need no blacks. Get up out of here. It ain't right for you to be black. It's wrong.
Aaron is pandering to men really bad right now.
And that thought quality is outrage. And they usually are outraged because
it's giving
racism is wrong.
It's giving I don't know.
It's wrong.
I don't know what even to say.
Moderators. Daryl Long said he still don't know how to shape up his conversation. Please put Daryl Long in timeout consecutively for the simping. We are not having.
Why is Aaron timing me out?
Settle.
Simp Nation.
Nada. There will be no simping today. My apologies.
No.
But that's what I've noticed.
No, not no simping.
You know.
Not no simping.
I'm scared of black people. And specifically, I'm scared of black women.
Oh my God.
I am scared of black people, and specifically, I am scared of
why is Aaron scared of
women.
You see, let me tell you why. Black men are scared of black women because black women have more power than black men, guys. Black women have more influence than black men, guys. That's why they're scared. They're scared because they're like, oh shit, these women have more power than us. They're better than us. You know, like they're scared altogether. Let me go tag Aaron in this video. So add our tags in. We don't really need a thumbnail. See, Fancy, I'm chilling. I'm about to put the community moderation on 20 minutes. No, somebody shooting me. It's a fucking bot. Stupid. I mean, fuck it. They can have that one. Let me go back to the lobby real quick. Let me go back to the lobby. Let me set up. Like, if I want to show y'all how I do stuff in the studio, this is how the studio looks. Let me get the Aaron video real quick, because I actually want to hear what he had to say.
Only one to say under no circumstances. The rest of them said, no, the man should pay, the man should pay. but she definitively said under no circumstances should you pay for a man. She stood out there. And like I said, shout out to Darren Walker. He says they are not the best cheaters. Men don't investigate like they do. We'll call it what you want, but if identifying man's behavior to not being investigative is one of their skill sets to make them better at cheating, that is actually a skill. It reasonably is a skill of a woman to know, we know men don't do this and do that, so we're going to outskill them. Because they could be lazy like men are, but they're not. So it's somewhat of a skill. And let me assure you, Mr. Darren Walker, you may not be an investigator. I may not be an investigator, but a lot of men are. A lot of men are extremely controlling. Give me your phone. Where you going out with? Trust me. And listen, I don't find.
What Aaron is alluding to is this bandit behavior that we see from these men all the time. This bandit behavior where men feel entitled to more than likely take a woman's phone that he's not even paying a bill to, go through it, be defensive, and it's giving controlling. It's giving narcissism, right? And that's one of the things that we don't talk about enough in this space. Nurse Fancy says all black men have to do is compete with a white man. That's a fact. But they don't want to compete, Nurse Fancy. I say Cherokee. No, they don't want to compete, Nurse Fancy. What they want to do is complain. But let's see, man. Let me switch the language on here. My bad, guys. I see me doing stuff in real time like a content creator. No, black men don't want to compete with white men. They just want to be dominant by default. It's crazy.
Did. I went and done some research. And mind you, this will tie into the point why I use language in context in which the person that applies it understands it to be. Language in context and how is it applied is how I utilize it. What they believe racism is how I use it in context. And I'm going to present to you what that means. DJ, please play the video. Oh, wait, I'm the DJ. I don't have nobody in the black band. I don't have nobody playing DJ for me. I guess I'm my own DJ. But before we get to the video, I'll shout out to my guy, Jonathan Bonneville, where he says, I believe women should never pay for dates. Well, I don't give a damn what you believe. I also believe women should be in the kitchen. Okay, now I believe what you believe. Modern women want traditional women benefits without actually being traditional. And they gonna get it too. Because all those women down in Tennessee.
Wow, look at these bandits.
Reckless. Disrespectful men, they don't deserve nothing, laughing, giggling.
Look at these bandits happy
like let a man talk like this.
To have women as slaves.
Y'all love canceling Tommy, don't
Shame.
Y'all love Tommy need to go.
Yeah, we canceled Tommy, yes.
I had never ever seen nothing Tommy ever done until he pulled up to one of my shows. All I ever heard was people say his name, but I never knew nothing about him.
Nobody care about Tommy. Tommy's a bum.
Y'all want to get rid of him.
Cancel Tommy.
Why can't he say what he wants when there's women literally walking around like that saying men don't deserve nothing? And they here to pay for our food and do as we say. And even if we rich, we still gonna step on you and you still gonna do it because we say so. And we have children. And the women that don't have children get to step on you and do as they say, even if they don't have children. And we just gonna roll over and take it. No, we not. Shout out to the American Golem LLC. Says, I don't mind if you take the modern or traditionalist route of dating. What is the issue when modern women want traditional men? Stay in your lane and deal with your own ideologies. Now, I understand what you mean, but there is no lanes anymore. There is no lanes.
There are lanes.
We're living in the wild, wild west, where a woman can tell you that a woman that has children that can birth children needs to be widely respected because she can give children. And in the same breath, say even a woman that can't have children need to be equally as respected. So it was really no point of saying anything about children if they get the equal respect. So we live in the wild, wild west. Okay, so I get your point, but we're in the wild, wild west where women can get away with things like this, and it's getting scarier because women are getting away with things like this.
During this video, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? It is okay to be white.
No, that's not okay. It's terrible to be white.
No.
No, that's not okay. It's terrible to be white.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, Fancy. They
No,
took
that's
his
not-
channel
that's not
out of
okay.
here. They got that boy out of here.
No.
No comment.
They got that boy out of here. I mean, but I can't say shit. They be trying to get my shit out of here every 5 minutes. Literally every 5 minutes. Tie me down real bad. What the fuck is going on? All right, let's turn Fortnite off.
Yes, it's okay to be black.
Really don't care.
Yeah, it's okay to be any color.
It is okay to be white.
Disagree.
Tie me down bad.
Yes.
It is okay to be white.
Disagree.
You disagree?
Yes.
Shout out to the young black man that says, yeah. And then the white man that says, I disagree. We've got to the point where white people are afraid to acknowledge that they like being white and they want to be white. That's how far we have gotten. If she African, she pan, that's offending. Oh my, listen, you already know. You already know them diamond mines. If you in the chat and you are from Africa, we coming from reparations from y'all too. See, I very much don't actually think that
I
get
sense a lot of
reparations,
cooning
but I
going on
damn
right
sure
now.
don't mind y'all demanding for it. See, I benefit from
I'm
it.
sensing
So
a
I don't
lot of
mind.
cooning right now.
But the Africans, yeah, y'all owe reparations too. Y'all don't just to get pallop on the white man. Y'all got paid too. So Sierra Leone, all those blood diamonds, we want that. We want coal mines. We coming for everything.
We don't care
We
what
start a problem.
we don't care what you bandits want, because at the end of the day, the only thing that we hear is talk, 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 talk. Aaron O has to understand that the black man is the problem here. And the sooner he understands that, the better off we will be. Let's just chop it up, man. Let's chop it up. I haven't had anybody on here through Streamlabs. If you want to come on here, let me know.
We'll start a problem. But we ain't forgot. We have not forgot that y'all owe us well. I just kind of shocked that we have convinced him. Oh no, don't worry, Fatty. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, we'll see. I'm shocked that we have convinced him that it's not okay. This is crazy. But y'all think that this is cool. But it gets even better.
I mean, that was a hell of a question.
Yeah, because it's okay to be black. It's okay to be orange. It's okay to be pink.
I don't even think that should have to be a question. We live in a really odd time where we have to ask that question, you know.
No, y'all got too much. Yeah, y'all got too much to be white. That's awful.
Okay, so why is that? Why is it not okay to be white?
Bitch, because
Y'all,
we said
as a race,
so.
as a people, y'all have done too much. I would rather
people.
Yeah, as a whole. And it's a group of people.
Too much good or too much bad?
Too much bad. The majority is not. Is like bottom of the barrel, really.
Really?
Yeah.
And why do you disagree with that?
It's the whole privilege thing.
I know Aaron about to say some crazy shit. Let me just pause him real quick. Tommy probably will be back. Let me see. All in good time.
The majority is not is like bottom of the barrel, really.
Yeah. Why do you disagree with that?
All right. Let's keep going.
He don't speak for all white people. If he spoke for all white people, we would have reparations by now. We'd have them. But the problem is, what those women are saying is exactly how their people actually feel. And they tell you the truth in this video. Let the footage be played.
It's just, time to give it to other people.
It is okay to be white.
Are you guys white? I'm white, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you guys are here. Why is asking the question? I don't care to be myself.
No, but at the end of the day, yeah, it is. It is okay to
It's
be like.
you, dog. What are your guys' thoughts about people that are responding to that saying they disagree with that, saying no?
When the people say it like that is, I don't know.
I think they racist when they say that.
Say it like that is, I don't know.
I think they racist when they say that. And if you gotta live and let live.
I don't know.
That sound like some racist shit.
And if you gotta live and let live, I think they racist when they say that.
Now, as I told you, I speak to people in the language in which they understand and in which how they speak in context. She knows what she believes racism is, and she used the word into her understanding that what they're saying that is not okay means you're racist. Those are her own words, based upon her understanding, based upon the language in which people speak, in which I tend to utilize and say, I'm going to speak in which the way you understand it. She said it, not me.
And if you gotta live and let live, I think it's better with white and chocolate. And, I think it makes our world, we all different flavors, just like ice cream.
What should white people do about that?
There's not
Like,
much
what
y'all can do, but just gotta deal with it.
What should I do about that, do you think?
Yeah, Fancy. That's definitely the guy. But I don't feel bad for Pearl if this guy stole her style of doing interviews when she stole Kevin Samuels' talking point and everybody else talking points. Like, I don't feel bad for Pearl in the slightest.
Try not to be white. That's all you could do at this point.
Is it okay to be Asian?
Nah, you don't want to be them either. Nah.
How about black?
Definitely that. That's it. It's all you could be. It's the coolest thing to be. I mean, you really, after that, you talking bottom of the barrel, really. Asian, that's probably worse than being white, ain't it?
I feel like it's okay.
Oh my God.
Is it okay to be Asian?
Asian? Yeah. Of course, because I'm Asian.
A lot of people that we would speak to today would call what you're saying racist.
Yeah, I am racist.
Are you serious? Or are you
100%.
racist?
Yeah, I am racist.
Are you serious? Or are you
100%.
The black woman is God.
So you just don't like white people? Are you serious?
Scratch my legs out. Now, here we go.
Don't like white people as a whole?
No.
It's just a matter of color, and color shouldn't come in the way of anything.
Seems pretty fair.
It is very fair, and that's how life is supposed to be.
You're white on.
Cat, color don't come into play. See, that's the kind of buffoonery bullshit that makes us pissed, because now you got this man on here acting like, oh, race don't matter. That dude is weak as hell. Let me drop that in Aaron chat. Like, that was, he's pathetic. Let's keep going.
Obviously, what can you do to change that? Saying it's not okay to be white. What can you do to change that?
Fund the United Negro College Fund. Leave your inheritance to African American people.
Yes, white man. Yes, that's what you can do. Leave all your money to the black man, the black woman. You see, this black white brother, he understands. He understands. I'm liking that. white brother, he understands. Yeah. Ah man, let's keep going. Let's see what's going on.
You know, like the beaches, give them back the property that was stolen from them, African Americans particularly. But yeah,
Are you
I agree.
yourself planning on giving your inheritance to African American people?
Do all sorts of that stuff already. Yeah.
Why do you think some people are saying no to that question?
I don't know. That's probably a personal issue within themselves because it's okay to be whoever you are.
Do you hear that within your own life at all, or no?
No, I don't. That's weird. I mean, we're all the same, man. We might be different colors, but man, we all bleed the same color. We're all equal, man.
Nah, that's not true.
Yeah, they said that. Yeah.
People say that?
Yeah.
I think that they're not the judge at the end of the day. God is. And if he's okay with you or myself, then we should also agree.
Should we be judging people based on the content of their character and not
Yes.
the color of their skin?
No, you need the color of skin is very important.
By the way, do you agree with her?
Yes, she does. I have a black son. I don't want my son come home with no white woman at all. He know better.
Damn.
Do you tell him that?
Yes.
How old's your son?
21.
And he's not allowed to date.
Not he could date who he want, but they can't come in my house, and I'm not gonna have no parts of it. I don't want no mix.
Now, they're probably gonna say that his mom is racist and that his mom ain't shit. But let's be real. How many other people are out here doing the same thing? Like, there's not that many Asians that want their daughters marrying a black man, or even their sons marrying a black woman. No, yeah. I think that what she is saying, right? Now, she's not saying we're going to shame them like Nick Fuentes did. She just said, I would prefer he have a black girlfriend. I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's keep going.
Babies, I want a black baby grandchild. That's what I want.
All right, everyone. Let's take a quick moment to talk about today's sponsor. We all know.
Could y'all imagine if somebody else was saying this? Could y'all imagine if somebody else was saying this? It would be a problem. But if the protected group says it, it's all good. That's right, JB. I said that they ain't my sponsor. They are not my sponsor.
Okay, you can be white, black, purple.
Of course. I'm white.
I think to a reasonable person such as yourselves, the proper answer to that question, is it okay to be Asian, black, brown, whatever, is yes.
In other words, we're saying is we really don't.
I do care.
He don't give a fuck. Most of us don't give a fuck, man. We really want people to be happy. We don't care about race and color like y'all try to make it seem like. We really don't. Like, let's be real. Hey, shout out to Ayana, shout out to Vic. You know what? I'm gonna give some of you bandits some wrenches around here, man. That's because I'm gonna give some of you bandits a few wrenches. I'm gonna give Vic a regular one. I'm gonna give my boy Best. He gonna have a managing one. Yeah. Let's keep going. Y'all see I got the Streamlabs chilling, man. Let's keep going.
And I say yes.
But me, I don't really care.
Yeah. The reason why we're talking about this is a recent Rasmussen poll asked that question to Americans. Do you disagree or agree with the following statement? Is it okay to be white? They did find that only 53% of Black Americans said yes to that. Why do you think that is, in your opinion?
I think because I think they're racist. They just
You
like.
think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I think most don't get up and think about another race. It's more like they think about us. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
we do. We get up and think about another race. Yes, he do. He lying now. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Get up and think about another.
Right.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I think most don't get up and think about another race. It's more like they think about us. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
we do. We get.
Exactly. They think about us more. You see, because black people, we are like gold and honey. Like, everybody wants some of us, right? At the end of the day, black people are in this unique position where we have the most beautiful race. probably the most intelligent race, you know. But the problem is these bandits are lazy, at least the American ones, and they do not want to participate in the politics that's going to control the environment. What they want to do is sit around and complain, and to be honest, it's completely frustrating. But you know, let's keep going.
Get up and think about another race. Yes, he do. He lying now. Let's be just.
Well,
Oh, she has got to be my favorite. She tell it like it is. He a liar. Yes, we do. Yes, we do complain. Yes, we do say this. Yes, we do say, man, white men better come fix this. I pay too much money on this, Randy, better come fix this. Yes, they do every single day think of other people, other groups all the time. They would love to think that it's the opposite way around. Oh, yeah, we always thinking about y'all and y'all little rap music and dancing, da-da-da-da. But y'all don't like the truth. Y'all don't like the truth because if I say it, I get in trouble. So I'm going to let these people say it.
I'm not sure that's even really a part of the conversation because it's like, it's just a question, right?
Well, the question is, yeah, me anyway. I mean, can't think about another race. I spend my money just like they do. You know what I mean? It's all about me come back to the self-centeredness. You know what I'm saying? I got to worry about me. I can't worry about them.
I think it's okay to be somewhat self-centered, but you would answer the question. You would agree with the statement, though. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Only 53% of Black Americans said yes to that poll. Does that surprise you or no?
No. It doesn't surprise me.
Not really. It does.
Black people are really racist.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Why do you guys think that is? Because that's obviously problematic.
Oh, man. That's me.
Not really. It does.
Black people are really racist.
Is that okay?
Black people are not racist. That's not true. I just want to interject and say that's not true at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you guys think that?
Black people are really racist.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Why do you guys?
Now, you see the young girl with her after she says black people are really racist, which we probably proved that a bunch of times already. She shakes her head no. The reason she shakes her head no is because she knows it's wrong. And you're not supposed to do that, especially if you're going to complain about somebody doing it to you. But you can't challenge her. You can't challenge that woman next to her. She's going to probably knock her head off. You ain't going to challenge me in front of these white folk. Better not say nothing.
Ha!
Y'all might not see it. That little girl looked terrified.
I just think that is because that's obviously problematic.
Oh, maybe they're thinking about like a mind state instead of the color.
So maybe just
white mindset. Well, if you
Color.
so maybe just obviously problematic.
Oh, maybe they're thinking about like a mind state instead of the color.
So maybe just
white mindset.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on, but these women asking the right questions. What is
No, what you mean you don't know what's going on, Aaron? See, Aaron never want to give the black women her credit for being articulate, for knowing how to ask the right questions, for knowing how to bring the right situation out of an interview. That's why these black women are separating themselves from Aaron and they're coming over to Sip Nation. Because Aaron doesn't understand that the black woman is God, and that the black woman is educated, and the black woman does more than get these... he dropped the link. We about to get serious, busy in here. Sip Nation about to get busy. Let me get the iPad. Because not Aaron. Hey, if y'all want to... if y'all want to see me join Aaron panel, and y'all want to come on my panel at the same time, let me know, because this is about to be ridiculous. Y'all know how to do it. We multi-stream at the same time. This is what we do. Sip Nation wins again. Let's play Aaron Little Funky stream until we get to, until I get my iPad. Let's go.
What is this white mindset? He just talking, trying to...
Look at the mindset. Crybaby. It's giving crybaby. It's giving I'm not man. It's giving I have vagina. That's what it's giving. Vagina. You can say Gina, can't you? E Black. You can't say the Supreme Court. You can say Gina, can't you? E Black. Now I'm gonna join Aaron panel, right? But when I join Aaron panel, I think I should mute my mic on here That way you guys don't have double the feedback, right? All right. Aaron the terrorist. Jesus Christ. Let's get it.
Peoples. Yeah, maybe they wasn't thinking about.
How far is this bandit in his video now?
As for what we can do about that, one thing that we can do is move away from identity politics, polarizing the country when it comes to race-based politics. I think that's absolutely unacceptable, and I think it's divisive. That would be my first step.
That's how they stay in power, though. You know what I mean? Their game they playing now on race-based politics is win at any means necessary. If they gotta hurt their own,
Let's see what we
they
got
get so
going
much
on
money
here.
now, and then they want to pass.
Fuck it, I'm gonna keep both audios up.
No, they'll never give that up.
It's a lot. It's a good question, but it's
They're
a
not
lot.
gonna give it up, though. Democrats ain't giving that up.
Democrats aren't.
No.
Who does more race-based politics in the United States? Democrats?
Yeah.
He know their politics stuff, so I'm not into their politics.
Everything, which is not.
You heard her say he know that politics stuff. Yeah, I mean that's OG Charlie. He know the politics. Now CC says, I wish they asked this question 50 years ago. Why? Why do you wish that they asked this question 50 years ago? Why? Why? Why do you want a question to be asked from 50 years ago? You know why? Because
Can't
it
believe
ties
Aaron
into the titling of my
on his
stream.
bandit behavior again.
It's traditionalism and the past
And again and again and
holding
again.
back future developments. For you to identify that you
There
don't
we
like
go.
this question that have to be
All right.
presented 50 years ago,
Let's press pause
means
real
that
quick
you're
on here, guys.
connecting it to the
Let's
past,
join Aaron O channel and see what's popping with this
which
bandit.
literally ties into my point. Everything that's stopping from the future is being tied to the past.
Make sure that the headphones is plugged in.
I hate to tell you, white people ain't doing this stuff to y'all no more. I know that's scary, and I know y'all think y'all gonna wake up
Where's my other phone? I got so many phones. Jesus Christ.
and
Oh,
there's
here
gonna
we
be
go.
water hose spraying
All right,
you
right
down,
here.
and there's gonna be a man talking about we will reach the mountaintop, but we ain't there no more. That's over. Ain't no white person stopping y'all. This is why y'all still talking. This is why y'all still running y'all mouth. This is why y'all still saying these impossible things that are just not accurate. White privilege. Somebody come up here and explain to me what white privilege is, please. Cogently. Don't just throw out some old.
All right.
Please explain to me what white privilege is, okay? Well, JB says privilege is an excuse used by mediocre individuals to justify
What is
their
going on?
failures. This is why they can never point to concrete and tangible manifestations of said privilege. Well, fair enough. Since we have the simp God himself here to explain to us where I'm off at, where traditionalism in the past isn't.
Oh, no,
possible,
Aaron. No, you're completely
also
right.
this white
The
privilege
only
thing
thing
still
that
exists.
hold people
To
back
that, you say
today
this. What is it?
is their own
What is it,
excuses,
Mr.
their
Simp God?
own
What are you talking
inferiority.
about?
Oh, no. They make excuses. I agree with JB.
The only thing
You didn't think I was gonna say that, did you?
hold people back today is their own excuses, their own inferiority. They make excuses. I agree with you.
Exactly. Like when it comes to paying for the dates and stuff like that,
Well,
I mean, I
wasn't sure
think
what you were going to say.
even then,
Because, I mean,
if a
depending
man has
on
the money to pay
at
for the
what
date, just
point
pay
in
for
the
the date. Not a big
conversation, it
deal.
could be something different.
Even if
I'm
she makes
just-
more money, just
Like,
you
when
know,
it
a
comes
little
to
flex
paying
don't
for
mind.
dates and stuff like
Little
that,
flex never hurts. But traditional, I think most women today are traditional. JB will know. Look at he's married,
not a big deal.
right? So he will understand, and he's married to a black woman, so he understand the black woman is
Little flex
God.
never hurts.
There's plenty
But
of black
traditional, I
women
think
who
most
are
women today are
submissive. They just
traditional.
need somebody
JB will know.
who
Look at he's
is more or
married.
less like a JB, right?
Right? So he
Responsible,
will
working,
understand.
hardworking,
And he's married to a
providing,
black woman, so he understands
right?
the black woman is God. There's plenty of black
Women
women
not
who are
settling for
submissive.
bum
They
ass
just need
niggas no more,
somebody
Aaron.
who is more or less like a JB, right?
That's all it
Responsible,
is.
working, hardworking, providing, right?
No, not in the long run. They
Women
might
not
use them
settling for
for
bum ass niggas
dick.
no
They
more, Aaron.
might get a bag off of them, but they
not-
are not
They not
under
settling
no
for them no more.
circumstances settling for
No,
them for
not
life.
in the
Yeah,
long run. They
it's
might
not. They're
use
not
them
doing that.
for dick. They might get a bag off of them.
Unless you want like a
are
Leslie
not
Jones
under
low
those
tier basic
circumstances
bitch.
settling for them for life. Yeah, it's not. They're not doing that. Unless you
Why
want
not?
like a Leslie Jones low tier basic bitch.
Oh, this is about race? Y'all was doing like a white and
Love
black
that
thing
Leslie
today?
Jones. If you want to understand why you're a failure, find a mirror and look into it. Stop blaming white
Okay.
folks and letting
Oh,
them
this is
live
about
rent
race. I was doing like
in
a
your
white and
head.
black thing today.
Well, technically, it's about both.
Now I don't see white like if you want to go to school, Aaron,
Technically, it's
what white
about
person
both,
can
right?
stop you?
Because
If you want to open a
what I've
business, what
noticed is
white
that
person can
if
stop
there
you?
is
If
a
you
white
wanted
person that has
to
a sign
open
saying
up
it's
a
not okay to be
nonprofit, like
black,
what white person, black person
Yeah,
can
I'm
stop
saying
you?
like
Those
if you
are
wanted to go to
more or
school,
less
Aaron, what
just
white person could
excuses
stop
for
you? If you wanted
people
to open a
trying
business, what
to
white person
ignore
could
their
stop
own
you? If you
inferiority.
wanted to open up a nonprofit, like what white person, black person could stop you? Those are more or less just excuses for people trying to ignore their own inferiority.
Keisha, what is it you believe I don't believe? What have I said that you don't think I believe? Just because you think it's triggering, all I'm highlighting is hypocrisy. What I highlight. So it's not about if I believe what I say. I believe what I
Do
say,
you
and
think
that's
there's
why
a
I
such thing
craft
as
these
pretty
shows the
privilege?
way that I do. I believe that there is no such thing as white privilege. I think people are delusional.
Okay.
Do
So
you think there's a such thing as pretty privilege?
yes, there is pretty privilege,
Okay.
but I still think it's
Yeah, the
restricted.
right
It's
complexion for
not
protection.
it's not a guarantee, right? So like there's this claim that if you're white, you got the skin for the complexion. You can get a guaranteed outcome,
Yeah,
and you
the right
can't.
complexion for the protection.
Yeah, you can't get a guaranteed outcome. Just doesn't
Mhm.
work that way. I think that you can get like nepotism in many different ways. I think black people are just upset because they want black privilege. Because I've noticed every time they
No, yeah,
say,
I
"Oh,
definitely
my people
understand what
can't
you're
do it,
saying.
so blame the
That
capitalist." It's
ties
not that
back
they don't
into
want
like
you to do
the
it;
jail
it's that they want the
sentences
same
that
opportunity
even person
you
like
do it,
myself, I would
even
say,
if it's wrong.
you know, there are cases where black people are being
Well, yeah,
sentenced
They
to
want
twice
that
I agree
the,
with you saying
you know,
that.
the jail
That
time.
ties back into
But
like
Nathan
jail
Daly, shout out to Nathan, you know,
sentences
black cop
that
or
even
whatever.
person
He had a
like
good reason for
myself,
that.
I
Maybe
would
more
say
black people should become
there are
judges.
cases where
We have a
black people
Supreme
are
Court judge here by the name of
sentenced
Kyra Harris
to
Bolden,
jail time.
black woman.
But
And you
Nathan
know, instead
Daly,
of
shout out to
complaining
Nathan,
every
you know,
day
black cop or
about
whatever,
the
he had a
white
good reason for
man,
that.
she
Maybe more
decided
black
to
people should become
you know,
judges.
get
But
up and
we
do the
have a
job.
Supreme Court
So at the
judge
end
here
of the
by the name
day,
of Kyra
you're either
Harris
going to do
Bolden,
do the
a black
job,
woman.
become a part of the
And you know,
solution, or
people
you're going to
complain
complain
every
about a
day
problem
about
that you
the
can't
white
solve,
man.
and
She
you're going to
decided to
ignore
get
your
up,
own
you know, get
inferiority
up and do the
and blame
job.
somebody else,
So at
whether
the
it's
end
the
of the
white man
day,
today
you're
or a
either gonna
black
do
woman
like do the
tomorrow.
job, become a part of the solution, or you're gonna
That's
complain
how I feel
about the
about that whole
problem that you
situation.
can't solve, and you're going to ignore your own inferiority and blame somebody else, whether it's the white man today or a black woman tomorrow. That's how I feel about that whole situation.
Now, look here. All right, you
Right.
already in enough trouble for trying to get bumpkin out of jail. Okay, I'm going to have to tell you this: white people that have a head start in their generations to have privilege, it's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of them. I know you want to believe there's a lot of them, but it ain't a lot of them. So it's not enough to even be warranted this conversation. It's not a lot of white people that have a head start. There's a very small amount of them. And
Somebody
it's
in the chat,
actually not
Aaron,
a
said that you
problem
and I
for
both
people
have
having a
pretty
head
privilege.
start
I think
because
because you're
we're
light
trying to
skinned,
give
I'm
our
just handsome.
offsprings head
So
starts.
what's going?
So it's not that you have a problem with it.
I think her name was
Somebody
Flora.
in the chat, Aaron,
I think her
said
name
that
was
you and I
Flora.
both have pretty
Or-
privilege. I think because you're light
Oh,
skinned, I'm just handsome. So,
I think it's Flora's sugar
but
I
so
bum.
don't
what's
think
going?
nobody said. I don't think nobody said that in the chat.
I think her name was Flora.
No?
Her name was
We know
Flora.
Flora is
Flora.
nothing but a troll. Okay,
Oh,
Flora is
I
nothing but a troll.
think it's Flora's sugar bum.
She is nothing but a troll. You think that sugar bump? I don't think that sugar bump.
No?
She's nothing. She's nothing but a troll. And
I think one of the good
definitely
things
do not
that
have no
men
privilege at
need
all.
to
Zero
learn
privilege
is
at all.
like you
None.
control your
Zero.
own fate. You are
None.
the
I
master
have
of your
no
own fate.
privilege.
It's
It
really
does not
just that
exist for
simple.
me.
I mean, of course, Aaron, if you're a
I think one of
Christian
the good
and if
things
you're a member
that
of Islam,
men
then of course,
need to
I, bow to Allah and praise Jesus. But at the same time, even in those retrospects, God said that He was Alpha and Omega. But everything in between, like, you make up on your own. Like, God not gonna save you if you're doing crack every day. You know what I'm saying, Aaron? And like, bro, I was reading the Bible today, right? It said faith without works is dead. So like, you can pray every day. If you're not putting in the work as the next person, I'm of the belief that he cannot be a fucking he could be a heathen, Aaron, but he putting in more work than you, so you're gonna lose. A lot of these people, they complain about shit that they can fix themselves. If you want to make more money, stop your bad habits, save money, right? Stop spending money on fucking bullshit like Jordans. If you can't afford it, stop going out and eating every day and buy groceries. It's simple, small shit, bro. It's a lot of complaining going on, bro. It's fucking crazy. Fucking bullshit like Jordans. If you can't afford it, stop going out and eating every day and buy groceries. It's simple, small shit, bro. It's a lot of complaining going on, bro. It's fucking crazy.
So John the Baptist says, "Is future development and optimism destroying humanity and family values?" No. I don't think future development and optimism is destroying humanity and family values. I think that family has evolved over time, and what it looks like is evolving. We as people are more mobile than we ever have been. We don't like to attribute change to outcomes, but it exists. If I can get from here to Detroit in 6 hours, I'm doing things that people 50, 60 years ago could not do. So I'm a different person. I have a different thought process. Now everybody is moving and mobile. Everybody. So we don't have a stagnant society. People can move. And so families are no longer where you write your name on the mailbox that says the Jackson family. And people go, "Oh, that's the Jackson family." Don't happen like that. It's evolved. And people's hesitation to allow evolution to occur, to allow women to be leaders, to respect them as leaders. Now, I can't tell you what to do, and I can't tell you if you should do it. What I'm indicating is that our inability to allow it, to foresee it, to allow it to persist, it stops the evolution from occurring. And that is what's stopping the development, because the change is going to happen, whether we like it or not. Give you a short example, right? All it takes is time. I talked about Lamar Jackson. I talked about Jalen Hurts earlier, right? Now, the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft, black man. 2nd overall pick, another one. 3rd, another one. White quarterbacks are now getting left on a board, when that used to not be the case. They used to say black men were not smart enough to play the quarterback position. Now evolution has occurred, the game has changed, and they say, well, we need the blacks now again. So I'm just telling you, women, like in that video, said you need to compete and make more money so you can pay for the dates. They don't want the evolution to be,
See,
well, now that we make more
I
money,
don't
we
like
should pay
that
for
though,
the
Aaron,
dates.
because
They are
like
still
some stuff should
fighting
stay the
that.
same,
And if
right?
they
Like
continue to
men,
fight the
they don't
change,
like modern
men will
women.
continue to
That's
have
the
change.
evolution. That's where women have
They're not
evolved
beating
to,
each other.
right? And men complain about that, you know, these new ways, these new feminist ways of thinking. That's a more evolved way of thinking that women would say. Women working more, women becoming CEOs more, women being out earning men. That's all modern. But men are telling women every single day, we want you to be more traditional. Just like Steven Crowder. I don't care if you want to go drive, go put on gloves and start working and walk my dog. That's what men are telling women that they want. But the problem is when men are also saying, we want to we want to accept certain things. We want women to accept certain things that are more evolved. While meanwhile, we're not going to accept the evolved version of women. And that's the problem. Men have to accept the new version of women, the feminist modern version. She might outwork you. She might be more educated. But maybe you can use her education for the family, right? Together, y'all can be like a power couple, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, like Barack and Michelle. She might be more educated. But maybe you can use her education for the family, right? Together, y'all can be like a power couple, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, like Barack and Michelle.
Okay, let me just read the super chat. I had my wife create an Excel sheet of all of our expenses, followed by how much we need for specific goals. that moved the family forward and it's fire. No doubt. Shout out to my guy Darren Walker, been rocking me for a long time. Shout out to him. Now, when you say the men are not allowing
I
women
think
to
that
what about the evolution of
when
women
I hear
men
men
denying
say
their
stuff
own
like
what is it that they're doing
women
that we're
are
saying?
choosing education over relationships or over family, Aaron, that's one of the things that I don't understand. Like I said, there's a Supreme Court justice woman. Her name is Kyra Harris Bowden. She is doing things here to keep black families safe. With that being said, because I heard Angerman say, well, if she didn't get a STEM degree, it don't matter. Well, she got a law degree, and now she sits in one of the highest seats in my state. And she can protect citizens, whether it's myself, other men, other women, other children, right? In ways that somebody who got an engineering degree couldn't. So she's using her education. And when we have men spreading propaganda saying, well, get a STEM degree, well, I don't understand that either, because then she's going to out earn you definitely, because most black men don't have STEM degrees. But nevertheless, you're telling women to not become educated so they can go home and put on rubber gloves and clean up a mess that you made. I think that's disingenuous and is it's counterproductive towards a nuclear productive family, a healthy one. And clean up a mess that you made. I think that's disingenuous and is it's counterproductive towards a nuclear productive family, a healthy one.
Well, I don't think men are telling women not to be educated. They're saying be skeptical in which the career path you choose, because what they're finding is men have to go back and pick up the pieces of women that make bad mistakes. Like they'll say, oh, I got this bad degree and I don't even get to use it. And I pay all this debt. And they're like, well, you shouldn't do that. That's dumb. I don't think they're telling women not to be educated. I think women are finding out. They did a poll recently that said most people are not even working in the field in which they studied. So I get what you're saying.
I think how women dress too. Like recently, the Sierra thing at the Oscars, people were very upset about that, Aaron. And you know, I think men are trying to control every aspect of women's lives, what they can learn, what they can dress, what they can wear in public, etc., etc. And I understand it because I can't blame men for that, right? Men want to have the same results as what they can wear in public, as like the Arabic community, right? Where there's submission completely. But then men don't also want to behave like those men. They don't want to be abstinent and not have sex until marriage, right? They also want to tell men, fuck after a coffee date. Like buy a woman a cup of coffee from McDonald's and then she's supposed to bust it down. But then at the same time preaching that women are for the streets and she should have kept her legs closed. They're confusing the audience is what they're doing. Bust it down. But then at the same time preaching that I agree. Women are for the streets and she should have kept her legs closed. They're confusing the audience is what they're doing.
I don't like to make comparison about other cultures, and the reason is because there's a such thing called the cultural enclave, right? Which it means having a culture inside of a culture, meaning I can live within a community, but be totally separate from them and create my own community within. That is what a cultural enclave is, right? It's very common, certain cultures to be able to do that. And so
you mean like the men are not doing the things that those other men are doing so they can keep the stability of that culture intact?
Actual actions. We're not.
You mean like the men are not doing the things that those other men are doing so they can keep the stability of that culture intact?
No, those women are not those women. So it's like those men are not those men and those women are not those women. So you're not going to get those outcomes. Like I don't see no black women specifically wanting to be like Indian women, Asian women, white women at all. They vehemently want to go against that. I don't want to be like them. I'm my own. I got my own flavor. I got my own sauce. Now, I'm not saying they should be, but then they shouldn't expect to get the outcomes that those women get.
But I don't really hear black women saying they want to be treated like Arabic women or anybody else. I just hear them saying that we don't want to be abused. We want our children cared for. We want to have healthy communication. We want to have love in our household, stability, right? And some kind of tradition that we can pass on to our seeds. And Oh, go
We
ahead.
want to have healthy communication. We want to
You
have
think so?
love in our household, stability, right? And some kind of tradition that we can pass on to our seeds.
So
And
the
if,
the
oh, go
problem
ahead.
is women are horrible communicators. Horrible
You think so?
communicators. Me and Chiki have proved it plenty of times. They're horrible communicators. They
But that's
actually
called
want you to think
leadership.
for them. They actually want you to make decisions for them. They actually want you to read their mind. We've proven it time
If
and time again.
I,
Most of
like you
these
said,
women are
women
not
want
effective
the men
communicators.
to make the
That's
decision
called
for them,
leadership.
women want certain things, but women want the men
What
to
do you mean
lead.
effective communication has
Just that
anything to do
simple.
with
So if
leadership?
she has to come into the household and
I,
make all the
you
choices,
said women
her
want
her
the men to
commentary
make the
should be
decision
nothing
for
but at,
them.
like
Women want
in
certain
addition to
things.
the plan.
But
The
women want to
man
make the
should come up
rules.
with that plan. She shouldn't
It's
be
that
doing the
simple.
same thing
So
that
if
you're
she
doing.
has to come into the
Like
household and make all the
you making
choices,
decisions for her. That's
her
like
commentary
that's
should
like
be
me
nothing
saying this,
but at,
babe.
like
What
in
state
addition to the
should
plan.
we move in?
The
What
man
school
should
should we
come up
know?
with that
No, I
plan.
should
She
be coming up
shouldn't
with
be
those
doing the
things.
same
I
thing
should
that
know
you're
what
doing.
curriculum I want
Like
my children to learn.
you making decisions
Anything
for her.
additional that she
That's like
add
me saying
in
this, babe.
should be
What
just
state
that,
should we move
additional.
in? What
It
school
shouldn't
should
be
no, I
her
should be
having
coming
to
with those
figure out the
things. I
problems
should
of
know
the
what
family.
curriculum I
Like,
want my
why have a
children to
man in the
learn.
household at all if that's the case?
Anything additional that she add in should be just that, additional. It shouldn't be her having to figure out the problems of the
Naturally,
family.
I believe, yes.
Why
I
have a
mean,
man in the household at all if that's the
whether you
case?
are reading the Bible or you read the Holy Quran,
So what you're saying
it's
is
stated
it's a
almost
man's role to
principally
fix the problems of the
that
family.
the
Naturally, I
Holy
believe that.
Trinity
I
is
mean,
God, the
whether
man,
you are
and then the
reading the
woman.
Bible or you
So
read the
I
Holy
believe
Quran,
that God made it that way
it's
for a
stated
reason.
almost principally that God the Holy Trinity is God, the man, and then the woman. So I believe that God made it that way for a reason.
Okay, if you, see, that's now we're gonna get into conflating points, right? But let me read this super chat. Be educated and help the family. Unfortunately, a lot of women are saying they want the
Evolving,
degree
John the
to only
Baptist,
help
evolving.
themselves. John the
Oh, my
Baptist is
bad, my
asking
bad.
evolving into what? So we're evolving into a different time period in which women don't want.
Evolving, John the Baptist, evolving.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Don't leave it. Leave John
Oh,
the
my
Baptist
bad, my
alone
bad.
because he don't play no disrespect. So you have to understand women don't want you to be a leader. They want 50-50 control and they want a override in certain conditions. They don't have an effective because my husband says so and that's what it is. You don't have women running around saying that. They effectively want a change. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't want the change, but with that change comes an evolved man. Men don't want to die for kids that are not theirs generally. And if we have to, we want evolution of what we want in return for that. They're like, no, take the same stuff that you used to take before we had more power. No, y'all got more power. Y'all renegotiating. We got whatever power we got, and we gonna negotiate. Women are ineffective communicators. That's just the facts. We talk to women all the time. I even drop everybody else. I have a one-on-one with them that struggle getting their point across. I'll replay. I'll basically respond to exactly what they just said, challenge them on it, and they get stuck. And they go, well, Cheeky got a video, and it just of two women saying, well,
I don't know.
I
I
don't
was just
understand why.
on Queen Sheba's
I just don't
channel,
think that's right.
and I'm pretty sure you know about the young lady by the name of Shanquella Robinson, who passed away in Mexico. The lead attorney on her case, her name is also Sue Ann Robinson. And the women on that panel were very articulate. And being able to speak with them, they seemed very, very, very articulate. I think that sometimes in these spaces, women are pushed to answer questions a certain type of way. But if we really just if we bring in some of the best people like in all of our communities, again, I'm pretty sure we can bring in a Queen Sheba, like B. Taylor. She's also an award-winning journalist in Texas. Again, Sue Ann Robinson is the lead attorney on the Shanquella Robinson case. The lead detective on the Freddie Gray case is a woman. If we were to bring those women in, if we were to bring in the former Atlanta mayor, Keisha Bottoms, we can probably have a better dialogue than some of the women who may be in this space to pander to like some of you guys, or some of the women who really just here to like to troll, like my sister Sugar Bum and Robin M.
Dialogue than some of the women who may be in this space to pander to like some of
We-
you guys, or
some of them are, yes.
some of the women who really just here to like to troll, like my sister Sugar Bum and Robin
That is
M.
a good statement. Are those women married? Because
some of them are, yes.
Because what we often find is a lot of those women that are in those positions where they have to dedicate a lot of their time to everybody else but their family, the same thing you saying that they don't want to do, they're doing these roles, and you want to utilize those women that you're saying that we shouldn't want. Now, Kai is saying I'm being disingenuous. Okay, the idea that all or most women can't
Is that
articulate
Cheeky's
themselves
Kai?
is
The
ridiculous.
beautiful Kai?
You can't count conversation on these panels as
Okay,
your
okay.
no, I use real life. I use real life and real outcomes.
Is that Cheeky's Kai? The beautiful Kai?
I think so.
What about like in the work
No,
environment, like the
if
women
you
you work
think
with, Aaron? How do
I'm
they
going to
communicate?
just use conversations on the panels only, no. Use your family members.
Okay.
Use your cousins. Use their
What about like in the
experiences.
work environment, like the women you work with, Aaron? How do they communicate?
It depends, right? It depends on the dynamic, right? So
Okay.
if for me, like if you're highly respected at what you do, they'll communicate better because they tend to might need you more. You might have certain values to them. But when I talk to them on a personal level about their family, their husbands, and things like that, and I hear how they think, I'll be like, oh, that relationship damn near about to die. I literally have conversations with women. I say, you know what? You got that all wrong. You thinking about that all wrong. And then I'm like, go home and try this. And you know what happens? Magically, I tried it and it worked. It works. Why do men work that way? Yeah, because if you study men, which we've proven over time and time again, the reason why women are upset and argue because they don't want to study us. They don't want to learn us. This is why they get so frustrated when they find out men don't like these things. And they get upset. Well, why do you not like the things that we want you to like? Because we're not capable of that. You didn't say what we're evolving into and what it looks like. So I'm sorry, John the Baptist, Daryl Long jumped in. So what we're evolving into is it's complicated because it's not clear. And the reason why it's not clear is because we're in the way of the evolution of the evolvement because we don't know what it's going to be because a lot of factors are in the way, i.e. we're holding on to the past. We're holding on to experiences then which are preventing us from building in the future. Women have changed. Men have changed. Society has changed. Environments have changed. And which we try to hold on to is this. Well, our nature is still the same. Well, if your nature ain't get out there to run out there and chase down animals with spears and kill them, your nature has changed because the environment has changed. You can adapt to the environment. People are different. That's what I'm saying. And we don't know if women actually want to lead the family. The only thing they know is we not going to let them. What happens if we let them? You call a man a simp. He ain't a real man if he want to stay at home with his kids. That is putting a stronghold on possible evolution. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm not saying it's actually going to be beneficial. I'm saying we do not know because we're strong. We're holding on so tightly. We're not allowing for a change to occur. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be good. It's different to learn men's language and to talk to him to suit his conversation patterns. Most women only do that for men that matter to them, not for random men out on the streets. They don't even do it for men that matter to them. They don't even do it for men that matter to them.
I don't know. I feel like, like if that's Kai, I don't really know her, but most beautiful women have multiple options. They're just waiting for the right man to prove himself committed, to prove himself the ability to provide, and to prove himself the ability to be competent enough and spiritually aligned with God enough to lead her.
To prove himself the ability to provide, and to prove himself the ability to be competent enough and spiritually aligned with God enough.
Then they better be virgins. Because when you get out and start spewing, they're waiting for a competent man, and because they have all this character and they're women of God and all this stuff, and they sinning, go throw holy water on my face, throw me in the water. No, men don't understand that.
I don't know, Varen.
This is the confliction. Men are simple people. Present the logic of the conversation, and we will work on that baseline. That's all you have to do. That's why you virgin? No. All right, we done with that. This is why those conversations happen, because we don't know how to deal with telling us information that don't correlate properly. Now, shout out to my guy, Gary Grant. He says, You are correct, Aaron. Women do have a problem in communicational skills. I absolutely know that. You know why? Because I don't have a problem. And when they try to communicate with me, they get shut down because
But
they're
Aaron,
used
see,
to dealing with
I'm
men
not
who
sure if
cannot
you're a Christian. I
communicate
know out there in
effectively.
California,
And
you
I see
guys
it
live a
happen
more
all the time.
conservative
Most of your
lifestyle.
conversations are
But
real
like,
solid. Keep
so
up the good work. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it.
But Aaron,
Yes.
see,
it's
I'm not
crazy,
sure if you're a
right?
Christian. I know
But
out
in
there
the
in
Bible it
California,
says
you
that
guys
the
live a
husband, the
more
man should love the
conservative
child,
lifestyle.
the daughter of Jesus, like her father does, like Jesus does. And First John,
But in the Bible it
chapter
says
9,
that the
he
husband,
says,
the
if we
man,
confess
should
our
love
sins, he is
the
faithful
child,
and
the
just to
daughter
confess,
of
right?
Jesus, like
We
her
are
father
then
does, like
cleansed
Jesus
of
does.
all of our
And
sins and
in First
unrighteousness.
John,
And see, if
chapter
men
9,
can learn,
he says,
right,
if we
to
confess our sins, he is
forgive black
faithful
women the way
and
that
just to
God
confess,
forgives
right?
black
We are
women,
then
then they will
cleansed
move
of
on with
all
a
of
more
our
healthier
sins and
spirit.
unrighteousness.
But when you're
He
trying to
said if
condemn
men
black
can
women for
learn,
something
right,
they
to
did 50
forgive
years
black women
ago,
the way that
right,
God
that
forgives
might be a
black women,
problem.
then they will move on with a more healthier spirit. But when you're trying to condemn black women for something they did 50 years ago, right, that might be a problem.
Okay. Well, we can talk about that. Let me respond to John, though. He said, so are we evolving to a certain degree? We're having to evolve into that. Whether we like it or not, whether this battle that Disney has going on with the governor of Florida, whether you like what's coming on TV or not, whether they wanted to let slaves go or not, it happened. It's going to happen. So I'm not talking about right or wrong. I always tell you I don't do that. I say what is. And I'm telling you we're evolving to that state where, yes, we can no longer tie it to certain things. And we're just pigeon-toed, holding ourselves on to the past and traditionalism, and it's hurting the development of the future. That's all I'm saying. That don't mean the future gonna be great. I don't know.
No, I was
The
saying
past
for
ain't so
like
great
learning
yet.
to
That's why
move
people
with
want
the
to change.
spirit of
That's
forgiveness
what I'm
as
saying. Now,
Jesus does.
I think Daryl, you
And
said
once you learn to move
letting
with that
women get away
spirit,
with
you can
having
have a
something that
healthier
happened 50
heart
years ago
and a
still be
No,
healthier
I was saying
foundation
for
to
like
build your
learning to
relationship
move with the
upon.
spirit of
And most
forgiveness
women
as
are going to
Jesus
follow a
does.
man that's being
And
led by
once you
God,
learn to
truly
move
led
with
by
that
God.
spirit,
So
you
yeah,
can
that's
have
how
a
I feel about
healthier
that.
heart
Especially
and a
black women
healthier
who are in the
foundation to
church
build your
almost every
relationship
Sunday.
upon.
Right? That's
And
just the
most
facts.
women are going to follow a man that's being led by God, truly led by God.
The pastor and the deacon might be
Especially black
a
women
man.
who are in the church almost every Sunday. Right? That's just the facts.
In the church with whom? Other women? Is there any men in there for them?
The pastor and the deacon might be
Catholic
The
churches,
pastor's
perhaps.
definitely dropping it off. You're absolutely right. Pastor is definitely violating, and women mess with pastor. So you're absolutely right. Now, I'm not saying
Catholic
that
churches, perhaps.
I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive women for their past. Okay, I have no problem with it. But you know what? I'm not mad at a woman that says I have my standards and I'm not dropping them. Okay, Lolo Jones, don't drop and be a virgin until you die,
Do you
until you find
advocate
that
for
man.
men
I'm
to be
with you.
virgins
The
to marriage,
problem
Aaron?
comes in if a man has standards.
Do you advocate for men to be virgins until marriage?
Stay away from me. And you know what they'll say? That's not fair.
Do
No,
you
it is
advocate
fair.
for men to be virgins to marriage, Aaron?
Say that again.
Do
Exactly.
you advocate
And in
for
order
men
for
to
men
be
to get
virgins
that
until
practice
marriage?
that you guys talk
I
about, they have
advocate
to go out and
for
slay pussy. But see, the
men to be
problem is
virgins
this.
for marriage. No,
Men want
because
to be
women don't
sexually
want men to be
active
virgins.
while shaming the
Exactly.
women that they're
In order
sexually
for men to
active
get
with.
that practice that you
And
guys
that's the
talk about,
confusion
they
that
have to go
women
out
are
and slay
having, saying,
pussy.
well,
The
how are you
problem
shaming
is
me and calling me
men want to be
sinful when
sexually
you just
active while
ate my
shaming
pussy
the women
and
that they're
ate? So
sexually
that's what women
active
are saying.
with.
Yes.
And that's the confusion that women are having, saying, well, how are you shaming me
No, it
and
ain't.
calling me sinful when you just ate my pussy?
Nope.
And ate. So that's what women are saying.
No,
Yes.
what happens is you are just there to be
But see,
used.
then men cry
And
about it
men
like,
get
well,
out of
she
line and
used me
go,
for money, she
respect me
used
as
me
a
for
woman.
D,
No,
and
I
then
don't
they
respect
start
you as
crying
my
like,
woman. I'm here to use
like
you up the
babies.
way that you deem to want to be used. So,
But see,
no, it's
then men cry about it like, well, she used me for money, she used me for D, and then they start crying like babies.
I have not run into a man that say he got used for the D yet. And they cry about it. Most men say, please use me for the D. Now, maybe that's this new age stuff. Shout out to John the Baptist. He says, are we evolving into an abandoning kids and elders in the community? No. But the community is evolving to what it looks like. It's no longer you live down the street and I live over here with a community. We've expanded what community is because of the invention of social media and the internet. It's evolved. So we don't know what that newer community is going to look like. Sherwin Thomas says
It's not correct at
Aaron,
all.
this is not correct. Women have been leading families for decades, and the outcomes of their leaderships are what we have today. Sherwin Thomas, that is not correct.
It's not correct at all.
Women have not been leading families because there has been no man there. And it requires you can literally look up the definition of family. It requires a man and woman and children.
Mhm.
They have been leading children. They have not been leading a family.
And
y'all
this
let
type
them
of
show
bandit
y'all-
behavior
you know
is
how
the
they like to have
problem.
those
Saying,
pictures of the
go
black
ahead. Sorry,
families, just
let's
a woman
respect
and the
Omar
children on the
first.
TV commercials and ain't no man around. No, a man is required for family. It's
And this type of
defined.
bandit behavior is the problem. Saying, go ahead. Sorry, let's respect Omar first.
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah, Omar says, laughing out facts, bro. One is the same as sturdy. If you're not a virgin, you're not a virgin. You're going to get treated like you're not a virgin. I'm sorry. I know some men will be like, oh,
But
so
these
you
men
little
are
guys, and
are
they'll
making these
try,
women
but you're not going to be
Jezebels.
respected the same way as if you're a virgin. I know women going to cry, I was a virgin. He still did me
But
dirty.
these
And
men are making these women Jezebels.
no, they're not. Because I could put it in the chat right now. Hey, yo, ladies, let me get with you. Just let's have some fun. You know what they're going to tell me? No. They actually, it's one of the greatest lies that we love to give. Men are doing these to, they actually want to do these things. They actually are running out of their way to get around men that they desire. And then they find out that was dumb. I probably shouldn't have done that because he doesn't want what I want, but I still wanted him. None of these women are told that they have to do these things. They want
I
to
don't
do them.
believe
And
that.
guys like you will give them grace and say, yeah, you know what? It's cool. We know that you have a past. I forgive you. No.
I don't believe that.
Oh, no. Keisha, don't start. Don't start. Don't you dare start. Now, Keisha want to play. Keisha want to play. A family is a group of da-da-da. No. Family requires children, which requires a man to make. Now, if you want to go adopt a family and call that family, fine. No argument for me. But if that's your argument, because it still goes to my point, that women have been leading families, they have not, because there's been no partner in those relationships. They are leading the children. These hoaxes, like,
Let me ask you something, Aaron. Why do you think that most African American children are really raised by black women? Why do you think that most of these bandits, they can't even say the Supreme Court without stuttering? Why do you think that we have, and this is a lot of questions, right? So this, you can answer this or not. But I mean, like, we could look at the fourth grade reading level again. I was listening to these men, right? These bandits on Fight Club, right? Where you was up there, Aaron, and they was talking about resumes. So I say, you know what? Kyra Harris Bowden, she is a Supreme Court justice, right? Graduated with her law degree, right? Now I want these same bandits that claim that their resume is stacked, right? I mean, God, the resume is stacked. I want to see what their resume look like compared to hers, and let's just bring them up one by one and see who actually can lead the community. Because what's usually happening is these men are claiming they have the resume that they don't. They claim they have the work ethic that they don't. They claim that they're community activists, but they're not. Because what's usually happening. No, and I agree with John the Baptist. Men should have one wife. Why on earth would a man need more than one wife, Aaron? See, with John the Baptist, men want to betray God as well. And we have Christians acting like they're Muslim. Men should have one wife. Why on earth would a man need more than one wife, Aaron? Now, if Omar said he wanted multiple wives, do you? But if you're not in the Nation of Islam, or if you're not in the faith of Islam, I see that as a problem. If you claim to be a Christian, but you want to have more than one wife, you're on some Steven Crowder shit, and I hope that your wife divorced you. But if you're not in the Nation of Islam, or if you're not... Speaking of Steven Crowder, shout out to his wife. We're sending her healing energy after 10 years of being in an abusive marriage where she couldn't even drive a car. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. Speaking of Steven Crowder... Oh, my bad. I thought I saw a video of her, like, 8 months pregnant, and she couldn't even leave the house without his permission. That's what I thought I saw. And he said he never loved her and stuff like that, but I might be wrong. Oh, my bad. I thought I saw a video of her, like, 8 months... You don't think that's important to love your wife, Aaron? That's what I thought I saw. Why not? He said he never loved her and stuff like that, but I might be wrong.
So what?
You don't think that's important to love your wife, Aaron?
No.
Why not?
Is it a requirement for her to marry you
A
that you have to love her?
requirement, like
See, I'm a
like
simple
a
man.
job?
I use simple analogies and simplicity. Is it a requirement for somebody
Yes.
to marry you? Do you have to love them?
A requirement? Like
You
Yes.
mean like happily married, right?
Like in order for
Now,
you to get married, does it
oh,
require you to love them?
I mean, if you want to get
Yes.
married just to say
No,
you're
it doesn't.
married, then you can get
You know you're
married
lying.
like just
You mean
because.
like
There's like
happily
people get
married,
married
right?
so they
No,
can
I didn't
like
say
get into the
happily married
country,
because nobody
right?
can ask you
So
to
there's a
find
lot of
somebody
different
happy.
reasoning
I
behind a
mean, if you
marriage.
want to get married just
Like
to
if
say
you
you're
saw that
married,
movie
you
called
can
The
get
Passport or
married
something like that.
like just because. There's like people get married so they can like get into the country, right? But
Oh,
there's a lot of different reasoning
no, but if
behind
you
a
want like a
marriage.
happy marriage, I would say
Like if you
yes.
saw
In
that
my
movie
opinion,
called The
yes.
Passport or something like that.
I know I did not ask why people get married. I said, is it a
If it's not
requirement?
fulfilling
Oh,
you, then
no,
why would
but
you
if you
want
want
to
like a
be in
happy
any
marriage, I
kind
would
of
say yes.
union that
In my
doesn't
opinion,
fulfill
yes.
you
Okay,
at
why does
all?
the marriage have to be happy?
If
Commitment
it's not
to
fulfilling you, then why would you want to be in any kind of union that doesn't fulfill you at all?
Because you made a commitment.
Commitment to
See, you actually the
I mean, yeah,
reason why
because
marriages get
I
destroyed
think
because you
you
said
can't have
a
a
really
healthy
happy girl
relationship
come
without
in and
love and
leave your
happiness,
husband because
right?
you deserve to
Like
be happy.
you
Forget,
need
even
God's
though you
love to
said
shine
whether
upon
I'm
your
happy or
family so
not,
that can
this
be
my husband.
transferred and trickle
I mean, yeah,
down,
because
like
I
from the
want I
father to
think
the mother to
you
the
can't
children.
have a healthy
That's the whole
relationship
point.
without love
And,
and
and,
happiness.
and John the Baptist is
Like
here. John, it says in the Bible,
you
God
need
is
God's
love.
love to
Am I
shine
wrong,
upon your
John?
family so that can be transferred and trickle down like from the
See,
father to the
God
mother to the
is
children.
love.
Okay, got
That's
you.
the whole
Okay,
point.
let's stay there.
Okay,
And
break
John
it
the
down for
Baptist
me,
is
sir.
here.
Break
John,
it
it
down,
says in the
please.
Bible, God is love. Am I wrong, John?
But no, you're not wrong. You're not, but you're
See,
not.
God is
Love.
love.
But you're not right either.
Okay, break it down for me,
No, no,
sir.
no, absolutely, sir,
What
absolutely.
What
I
do you think
think
love is? I
love
didn't call
is
somebody. I
duty,
didn't.
right? Love is
What do you think love
responsibility.
is? And I don't want to. I don't want to
Love.
get to the circle. I don't want to spend 30 minutes
Yes,
on a
sir.
circle argument either.
No, no,
I just want to
no,
know.
absolutely,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
absolutely. I think love is duty, right? Love is responsibility.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah, he did.
Yes,
He
sir.
did do that.
You said God is love. So
Yes, sir.
God actually loved somebody, and He showed His love by killing off the Amalekites.
Yeah,
He
he
killed.
did. He did do that.
He killed women and kids,
No, I think
babies,
that's a
unborn
terrific way to
babies.
show love. Like if
But
you
that's
willing
still
to
love.
defend your
So
family
what
and
do you?
blood
So I
by
mean,
at
is
all
that say love?
costs,
Is that?
then
I
that's
don't want to get
love.
caught up on that.
It's
So
like
I
the
don't want
Flash
to.
going
I
back and
didn't want
trying to
you.
save
I
his
just
mom.
wanted to answer
That
this
was real
question,
No,
love.
Aaron. Because I didn't.
I think that's a terrific way to show love. Like if you're willing to defend your family and blood by at all costs, then that's love. It's like the Flash going back and trying to save his mom. Like that was real love.
I just want to make sure you understand what you're saying. What you're saying. But I want to move on to address what Aaron was saying. Uh, Aaron,
Hmm.
I think the conversation you. I don't. Of course, I know you're not wrong because you are right. We are evolving, and it is going to shape up the way it's going. But you said you don't care how it's going to evolve. I think you said you don't care how it's going to evolve. You just want the progression to keep going, right?
no, I'm saying I don't know what it's going to evolve into, but I'm saying I know progression is going to come. Whether we resist it or not, that's fine. But it's preventing us from identifying what it's going to evolve into so that we can adjust. So it's like we playing tug of war and we losing, but slowly losing. They pull us over that line. And so women are saying, hey, we gonna be this way. We don't want to stay at home and raise kids. We want to work. I know it sounds crazy. I don't want to be told I'm a bad mom because I don't want to be stuck in the house with those kids all day. It's driving me crazy. And we think those are bad women. And I'm saying maybe they're not. I know traditionally it sounds like they are, but maybe it's evolved to a point where they're like, I have to admit, maybe I'm not built for that. And I do want children, but I kind of want them how men typically have it, where, they take care of them, they come home, they show them love, but at the same time, I leave, go to my job where I feel I'm more confident and enjoy much more time at. And I have a husband who really, really enjoys that because there are some men that do. So I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that is what is happening.
No, I don't disagree. I don't. I know you're not making an argument what's right and what's wrong. You're looking at what's happening. And so my question to you is, if it is what's happening, is there anything worth fighting for? In your opinion, is there anything in life worth? Is there any tradition or anything in life that need to remain the same and don't change?
I don't sure I'm sure there are some things that
Black
No, I'm
women, I would
asking
die
you
for all
personally. I don't
black
want to hear
women.
those some things. I want you to give me a specific thing that's worth saving and fighting for. Because you get his general statements. I want you to give me something specific that you would literally die and fight for.
Black women, I would die for all black women.
Yeah, that's not about to happen. I would say for me, something that I don't want to change is for men's ability to be the type of man that they want. Like, if they want to be a controlling man, they should have the right to be a controlling man.
Okay,
I don't
so
like.
in your opinion, you think men should have the right to be what they want to be. So now my question to you is, if they start taking that away, would you fight for that? Would you fight against that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so if you're doing so, then you're fighting against progression.
No, I'm literally agreeing with you on that. I'm telling you, there are men that are fighting that progression.
No, I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you.
No, so
You are
okay.
literally.
So
Go
so
ahead.
here's the thing, right? I'm only fighting that progression if I'm dealing with someone that doesn't want the progression, that does want the progression. There are women that like, I actually like it like that, and you have to identify a woman that agrees with that. The problem is we push out a standard of traditionalism and say everyone should be this way when it's wrong. It needs to be on an individual base, and that's the complicated part because we actually want to control people's individual lives and say Dwayne Wade kid doing what they want to do. That's wrong. I say I don't give a damn. Do what he want with his family, and y'all say no. The imagery is wrong. This and
My
that.
bad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not. I understand the context of if there are men like you, Aaron, that kind of want to have that control. I'm not saying me controlling, but want to hold those rights for you to be how you want to be a man. Then you're going to fight the progression of the
Yeah, I
involvement.
think we should
I
always
don't
leave children
disagree
out
with
of it
that,
too.
but I'm
Dwayne
only
Wade's a
going to
great
fight
father.
for that for the people I'm dealing with. I won't fight for it to happen across the board. There's no reason for that to exist.
But
Yeah, I
okay,
think
so
we should always leave children out of it
but
too. Dwayne Wade's a
but to
great
you,
father.
but to your point though, you're still fighting for ultimately what you believe in. What you're trying to do is now tell you're trying to limit out.
Kush
Okay,
blunts
so
on the
if you believe in
floor.
fighting for your personal, and
Kush
those in your
blunts
circle, if
on
those
the
in your circle,
floor.
that's your ability to fight for that. But now what you're trying to do is you're trying to tell people who are traditional, you shouldn't fight for. You're trying to tell them how they should fight. Because
Mm-hmm.
the title of your show is there. It's traditional. It's traditional. The past holding back future development. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, what you're challenging people who are a traditional stance, and you're saying the way you think and the way you believe is actually keeping us from having future developments.
So no. So I hear what you're saying, right? What I'm saying is that I don't know what the outcome is going to be, right?
Hmm.
But I know there are traditional men that want to hold on to their traditional values. I'm not mad at that. But then they can't stop other people who
So
don't
you're
want to
saying,
hold
hold
on
on,
to their
Aaron. So what you're
traditional
saying
values.
is, if we want to
You
accept
understand what I'm saying?
the
Like I
fact
get what you're
that
saying. Like, hey,
that
I
like
have to
if we
fight
want to
against the
get women to accept the
counterpart.
fact that men don't want to
Well,
be 50-50,
that's
for example, like men don't want to pay all bills, men want to be able to go have on rent with women, right? Then women like I'm kind of confused because I'm just confused all around. Men need to accept the fact that women are not just these traditional women that's gonna like basically settle for you being a bum ass niggas making $10,000 a fucking year, Aaron, right? But men are not learning, John the Baptist. Men want these women who's sitting at home all day, like Stevie Crowder. He's the latest example. Like go home. A fucking year, Aaron, right? But men are. No, you good. No, you're OG. You're OG. Men want these women who sit. Yeah, make that bandit answer. He's the latest example. Like go home.
Hey, Sim. I'm not trying to be rude. I want
No, you
I
good.
want
No,
Aaron
you're
to
OG.
I want Aaron to explain it so Aaron can actually
Yeah, make that
make it
bandit
make,
answer.
make it clear and concise. Make it clear and concise of what it is, because I want you to
Come
be
in. Who
clear and
is it?
concise in what you're saying.
Okay, so you're asking me, right? What I'm trying to tell you is that I don't really personally look at on an individual
All right.
scale what individuals can do, right? Now, I think every individual should have the right to try to decide what they want for their life. But at the same time, you're going to fight against people that want something different for them. So that's why when you say you have to be around people that think
And yes, it
like you,
is. God been
act like
forgiven
you,
since the first
fair.
day
But when
of
you're
earth.
when Daryl Long is telling me we have to forgive women for their passes, this, and that, that's not a traditional thing to do.
Yes, it is.
So,
God been
so
forgiven
hold
since
on,
the
hold on, hold on,
first day
hold on one second.
of earth.
Give me an example. Give me an example, a direct example, what you're talking about in society, like Daryl's trying to do a few minutes ago. Pick an argument or fight that people are fighting against that we shouldn't be changing.
Pick an argument that people are fighting against that we shouldn't be changing. Okay, very short and simple. That women should lead the home. Do you
That
think
women
No,
should
he's traditional. You know that.
are you okay with women leading homes?
leading or leaving?
Leading.
Leading. You know me. You already know what I'm gonna say about that one.
No, he's traditional. You know that.
Yeah,
No,
you
no.
know.
But that's the point. Your answer should be women shouldn't lead. your
Oh, I
home,
get what you're
but I'm
saying now,
perfectly
Aaron.
fine with women leading other homes if they want to.
Why would that be my answer if you know me?
But see, but that's where I'm standing with it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You're
Okay,
asking.
okay, I got you. Okay, okay, I see what you said. Okay, I see
saying.
what you're saying now. So you're saying if I'm traditional, you want to
Correct.
fight it. What you're trying. You said I'm part of the reason why women are not
Correct.
leading homes. I'm the reason because I'm so traditional. I'm holding back future development of women leading homes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And I will fight that fight because, like you said, you don't care. You don't care about what's wrong or right. You only care to see progression, to see progress happen. I care about
I'm
wrong and
with you.
right,
I'm
and I
with you,
care
John,
because I
about this.
don't think
That's
all
like when
progression
men
is good
decide to
progression.
vote 50-50 with women. That's low vibrational.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think
but
all progress. I don't think all progress is good progress.
I'm with you. I'm with you, John, about this. That's
but
like when
how do
men
you
decide to vote
identify
50-50
that?
with women. That's low
Because
vibrational.
how do you identify that? Because at some point we need
John,
to
can I give an example of this?
do certain things
Because
to
when men were
get
paying
women
all the
vote.
bills
If we
and
didn't
leading
get
their
the
homes,
opportunity
they didn't have to
because
worry
at that
about
time
women
that
women
wasn't the
putting
way
them
it's supposed
out.
to
They had to
be.
worry
The
about
power of women.
welfare and
John, can I give an example of
the
this?
people putting them out because their
when men
home
were
was
paying all the
theirs.
bills and leading their homes, they didn't have to worry about women putting them out. They had to worry about
I'm
welfare
saying that
and
if men were leading by default,
Okay, but your
that women would
example
have
is
no
that
choice but to do
because
that.
are
But
you
because
saying that
men are
women need to
coming
go
to
back to work
situations
and pay all the bills
with
and men
nothing to
and
even
have no
present to
money
a
to
woman,
lose
but still
control
want
of it?
submission,
I'm
and she has
saying
to go
that
half on
if
bills,
men were
it's going to
leading
create
by
a dynamic
default,
sooner or later where
that
she
women
might
would
want to
have no
put you the
choice
fuck out
but
her
to do
house.
that. But because men are coming to situations
Men
with
start to
nothing
be
to even
lazy.
present to a woman
Darren
but they
knows.
want submission, and she has to go half on bills, it's going to create a dynamic sooner or later where she might want to put you the fuck out her house.
How did we get to that point? Okay, like even
Men
if
start to be lazy.
even
Darren knows.
no, that's not what happened.
All right, so Aaron,
It's
there's
not
a
that men
scholar, and
started
John
to
the
be
Baptist
lazy.
actually
It's
was the
because
first
women
person that I
didn't
heard
want
speak
that
about
deal.
this.
It's not
His
about
name is like
laziness.
Dr.
Women said,
Kawanza
I
Jumfufu. He
don't
wrote a
want
book
it,
called
and I'd
Counter the
rather be
Conspiracy to
single.
Destroy Black Boys,
All
where
right,
he
so
was saying
Aaron,
that
there's a
like
scholar.
like black
John the
boys were trying to
Baptist
become
actually wrote a
basketball
book. The
players
first
and
person that I heard
Michael
speak
Jordan,
about this.
but there was
His name was
100,000
Dr.
computer science
Kawanza
jobs that none of them were
Jumfufu. He wrote a book
qualified for
called
because
Counter
they didn't
the
go to
Conspiracy
college.
to Destroy
So
Black
like
Boys, where he was saying that like it's like black boys were trying to become
exactly, and
basketball
they were
players
fighting for
like
like
Michael
400
Jordan,
jobs that
but
would
there was
last like what 10 years
100,000
or something
computer
like
science
that,
jobs
and
that
you
none
might
of them
be
were
Antoine
qualified
Walker
for
and lose
because
all
they
your
didn't go to
money,
college.
or you
So
might
like
be Allen
Okay, for
Iverson and keep all
400
your money.
jobs, I'm familiar with it.
But you know who?
exactly,
And
and they were
listen,
fighting
Aaron,
for
you know
like 400
who is
jobs that
smart?
were
LeBron
lasting
James.
like what 10
He
years or something like
realized
that.
earlier,
And you might be
let's marry
Antoine Walker
Savannah, the Black Goddess,
or you might be
and
Allen
not cheat,
Iverson and keep
build
all
my
your money.
family up, and
But
do
you
things
know who?
and do things the
Listen,
right way.
Aaron.
Now
You know
he's a
who is
billionaire,
smart?
right?
LeBron James. He realized earlier. Let's marry Savannah, the Black Goddess,
He had what?
and not cheat, build my family up, and do
But they were
and do
still
things the right way.
focused
Now he's a
on like
billionaire.
But
building their family
you know,
together, and
LeBron
he
married her
provided
after he
everything
had
for her.
children with her, right?
He had what?
He married her after he
Yeah,
had
but I
children.
mean, he's from Ohio.
But they
Who?
were
I mean,
still
you gotta
focused
give him a
on
break.
like building their family together, and he
I
provided
don't
everything for
disagree.
her.
I don't disagree, but that wasn't the traditional route.
Thank you,
Yeah, but I
Darren.
mean, he's from Ohio. Who? I mean, you gotta give him a break. Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad to hear what Daryl said about the finances, right?
Thank you,
So
Darren.
I looked up, you know, just some jobs that people can think because we keep telling black men, or a lot of black men are getting mad because women want them for their money or whatever, and then they start getting mad at other people for saying, okay, go hustle and get some money. So I just pulled up some jobs that they can get that'll pay them over 100,000 a year, because that seems to be the universal amount of money that these women be wanting, right? So over here I have veterinarian, aeronautical engineer, psychologist, physician assistant, software engineer, podiatrist, astronomer, oncologist, nurse practitioner, pharmacist, etc. Right? So a lot of these you can get this done in 4 years. And then there's more on here. You can get in 8 to 12 years, whatever. So instead of complaining, why don't we just look up some schools, right? Men in the chat, look up some schools.
Wait. Hold on, Darren.
I'm confused.
AL
What
says,
point was you making?
Cap, I'm about to find out in 1 second. Cap, those women still kicked out.
I'm not familiar
even
with
when he
that.
was paying all the bills. Read your history and pay attention to normal people in that history. So you can pay all the bills, she still kick you out and take your money. So
No. So it's if you look up the actual stats as far as why people get divorced, one of the top reasons for divorce is because of finances, right? Is that a real stat or no?
Yes, sir.
It's no longer the top reason, but it's one of them. And the problem is we cannot trust those statements of why people get divorced because they're instructed to lie. But like lead attorney has talked about, they've been instructed to say this to get more money or say this to get out of the situation. It's not a complete understanding.
But if not making money, if not making money is the reason, right?
I'm sorry.
That's not going to benefit them in court because they're not making enough money.
And Darren, I just want to add too. Look at what we just saw Steven Carter wife go through. Imagine if she had her own money. Now I don't have to ask for a car at 8 months pregnant. I can go lease my own vehicle. I should be able to. My husband is worth $21 million, but that's a different conversation.
Carter wife go through. Imagine if she had her own money.
I believe.
Now I don't have to ask for a car at 8 months pregnant. I can go.
No, yeah, he was. It's given narcissist. It's given controlling. But to answer your question, Aaron, I believe she doesn't have her own money because she came into the situation trying to be a submissive wife and trusting her husband, right? But he used his economic power over her to enslave her and say, "Oh, you want to go get some snacks? You want to go see a doctor? You can't do nothing until you walk the dog. Until I tell you what to do, and I never loved you, but do what I say anyway."
And say, "Oh, you want
absolutely
to go get some snacks? You want to go see a doctor? You can't do
no,
nothing until you
I
walk the
don't.
dog.
I don't.
Until I tell you what to do, and I never loved you, but do what I say
Stephen
anyway."
Crowder.
Absolutely.
But this is where we mess up, right? And all three of us. Well, I think you don't have children, Aaron, but I know me and John the Baptist does. I'm not sure about you either, Darren, but I'm going to assume you might, right?
You just said it.
Cool. So when we do stuff with our girl while she was pregnant, if it can harm the child, we're responsible for that. And that behavior that he exhibited was completely harmful to the child that she was pregnant with, right? The added stress, the added emotions. These are not things that's healthy for a pregnancy, especially in the third trimester. So with that being said, he not only has broken his vow of marriage, he's broken his vow to his own bloodline. Because let's say she had a miscarriage, right? None of us want that to happen, right? We have to be careful with how we're treating people, especially. Listen, 1 in 7 women experience postpartum depression. She's probably experiencing postpartum depression and real depression and anxiety and a number of other different things while walking around on big ass feet, carrying a baby. Her uterus going crazy. I mean, we have to show some compassion. And he failed to show any, and that's why he's getting a divorce today. That is not what you do in the name of God. When you take those vows, Aaron, right, you're supposed to love somebody through sickness and health. It says that in the vows. Love through sickness and health, through everything. He said, "I never loved you. You broke your vows, sir." And he got what he deserved. I feel no. I'm happy for her. She is in a better place now. I'm sorry, Darren. Had to let that out.
He said, "I never loved you. You broke your vows, sir." And he got what he deserved. I feel no. I'm happy for her. She is in a better place now. I'm sorry, Darren. Had to let that out.
So, Daryl, you plan on getting married one day?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Let me ask you this, because I hear a lot of people talk about like leadership in the household and all that.
Yes, sir.
And it's a lot of women that can't be led. But I'll say this. I don't think men really know what type of men they really are until they have a woman that, especially during these times, right, where they following them based off like it's their choice, they're not forced to follow them. You don't really know what type of leader you are until you have a woman that can follow you for a long period of time, right? I mean, I've only been like, we're coming on 8 years, right? Yeah. My wife's been like following my lead this entire 8 years. What's his name? Anton's wife been following him for over 20 years.
20 years.
There's a lot of people that claim that they good leaders or whatever that's never been married or haven't been married for a long period of time, and I don't think that they know what they
Amen.
talking about until they actually have to manage a household. You a manager. You managing your wife's feelings. You managing your kids. And when you say, oh,
Amen.
it feels controlling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I call myself controlling. I don't care about no negative connotations. Connotative way, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I'm controlling, right? But my wife like me controlling. As a matter of fact, at the very beginning of our marriage, I was trying to get her to,
Oh, here
you know,
comes trouble.
I
But
was
while
trying
she
to
was
get her to
pregnant,
do
could you describe your treatment of her?
most of whatever she wanted to do, but she, you know, we was actually having a harder time when I wasn't as controlling as I am now.
But while she was pregnant, could you describe your treatment of her?
While she was pregnant, so you know, I treated her pretty good, but
Okay.
to me, but there was a time like for a couple of years she couldn't get over
But y'all loved each other.
the fact that because when we got married,
Yeah.
I was only making $11 an hour.
Okay.
I wasn't getting paid. I was the bum dude that everybody be talking about, right? So I needed
But
her
y'all
to
loved
work.
each other.
Yeah. But I needed her to work. But here's the thing. She held resentment for about 2 years. We had our son, our first son, right after we got married. He was a honeymoon baby, right? And she felt resentment for a couple of years because of that. And even though she resented the fact that I needed her to go right back to work or whatever she did with what I said, but I can tell she was a little different. You know, as far as her behavior towards whatever it was that I told her to.
Oh, it's okay if you
told her
were
to do
simping.
or
It's
whatever.
okay.
She stopped kind of trusting me, so I had to gain that trust back. It wasn't me simping or anything, but I was trying to, you know.
Oh, it's okay if you were simping. It's okay.
It's
No,
not okay.
I wouldn't say.
Can I jump in for a second?
Hold up. So anyway, when she got to a certain point where I started actually asking her, I remember Aaron talking about how women are bad communicators. I just didn't understand how she wasn't trusting what I needed her to do or what I was saying. And I had to actually get her to actually communicate what her actual
Amen.
problem was, and we started doing better because of that. But you never know what type of leader you are, like I said, until this type of stuff happens. When women are pregnant,
Darren, I missed
and
it. You
hormones
said
is
your wife
crazy,
stopped trusting you.
sometimes,
Why
especially
did she stop
your
trusting
first
you?
time
How
having a
did you
kid, you
earn
think
her
that
trust back?
like they trying to use them being pregnant as an excuse sometimes. You don't know because
Darren,
you
I
ain't
missed it. You said your wife stopped trusting you. Why did she stop trusting you? How did you earn her trust back? Mm-hmm.
So she stopped trusting me because I don't think she felt like I had her best interest at heart. It was like a me against her type thing. It wasn't no really bad arguments or nothing, but whenever I told her to do something, she thought I was trying to be. She didn't like how I said stuff or whatever, right? It seemed like I was being disrespectful or whatever. And here's what's crazy: I'm still that way, but now she takes it different. But it's because I had to learn how to communicate why I talk the way I
Remaining
talk.
stoic.
I had to learn how to communicate with
And you
her
remain
about
stoic
or
while you
care
was
about her feelings
masculine.
on certain things. So I'm still talking the way I'm talking. I'm still being the way that I was. But the
Remaining
difference
stoic.
was I wasn't listening to her.
Okay,
Right?
I want to make two points. I want to make 2 points. One point that was made in the chat, a young lady said, "I don't like controlling, but I like for a man to lead me." If a man is leading you, he is controlling you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lead something without controlling it. Second point I want to talk to Aaron is I want to ask Aaron a couple questions. Aaron, maybe that just depends on general.
Mm-hmm.
No, Aaron, actually Aaron, because this is the subline that you brought up. Do you think there's a problem with marriage and family today? Marriage, family, society today? And in your opinion, why do you think we have a problem today? If you think it is,
Do we have a problem with marriage, family, thing today?
let's just say society in general. Like, we won't even do marriage. We won't even do the normal marriage talk.
we
Let's just do
no, we have a problem with marriage in society because it's no longer a necessary thing for relationships. I'm not saying you shouldn't get married. I'm not saying marriage is a bad thing. It's just no longer a necessary requirement. Society doesn't view it as a necessary requirement. Women and men don't review it that way. You're starting to see them speak on it more often. And most of the people that are married are older people, and they present their values and views from an older time. Women don't like the construction of how marriage works. Men don't like the construction of how divorce works. Marriage is very good for men. Divorce is bad. Marriage is apparently not good for women, but divorce is good for them. So it's the opposites that work for one another. So men are saying, well, it's not worth me getting married because it's a high probability I'm going to get divorced. And women are saying, I mean, it's not worth getting married because I am going to divorce.
I disagree.
And I don't want to fail. So the only reason women don't want to get married is because they don't want to fail, but they're perfectly fine with the outcome of divorces. They're perfectly fine.
Okay.
with it.
Okay. So according to that, then, all right. So according to your argument, so basically we're in a perpetual state of progression right now, and we're in this like this floating in between this thing that I don't know what we're transforming to, what we're going into, but we're actually going through a change right now, a progression, right? A progression. And so one of the things you started based on what we're saying now, why is women love to be divorced and men love to be married, is because we are transitioning and no one likes what's happening. So now you got women that want to lead the family, as you said earlier, and you got men who don't want to lead the family anymore. So now we're in this perpetual change. What do we do while we're in this perpetual change? Because I'm going to admit, this is kind of new, not knowing what we're supposed to be doing. So guide us, since this is your topic today. Guide us into how do we handle this while we're trying to figure out how do we keep women and kids and men and people in general safe while we're going through this change that we don't know what it is and how it's supposed to look.
Well, one, it's hard to do that because defining what safe is complicated.
Correct. Okay.
Most people have a right to do what they want for their family, especially if it ain't against the law. Whether we like it on a personal level is irrelevant. It's their family. And most people are choosing to do vastly different things in which was traditionally accepted. They doing all kind of wacky stuff, and we just got to sit there and accept it. And that's where we're headed. And I think a lot of the pushback.
So while we're going through this transition, and I'm not even gonna say that one. I'm not gonna say that one. So while we go through the transition, you're right. You can't guarantee safety, right? You can't guarantee safety in anything, pretty much. But it gives you a better chance. Okay, if I know the traditional role, I can't protect you 1%. Let's just say on the scale, I probably can do 70-80%. But now, if you take tradition away, I now can't protect women because women now want to be leaders.
Stop
So now
bandit
that she's a
behavior.
leader, my 70 may be reduced to 10 or 20. I mean, 20 or 10. How do we navigate this space now?
Stop bandit behavior.
I think we have to get to a point where we have to understand that we might not have that answer. So, like, it's very similar to women not wanting to get married because they're afraid of failure. It's us accepting we don't know the answer to something. We just got to go through it. We like when people ask questions, what was here first, the chicken or the egg? We don't know. No, people don't want to say they don't know. They want to argue whether it's the chicken or the egg. I prefer to say I don't know. Like
I
when
agree
you
with you.
don't know the answer to something, you should accept it and say I don't know. The issue then comes with the fear of going through something in which we already have a system in place, we're already used to it, and evolving and changing it to something that's unknown is uncomfortable. It is extremely uncomfortable. And what I'm saying is, well, I actually see women are not going to stop working. I actually see women are going to make more and more money. I actually see women view men as dollar signs. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't. What I'm saying is, okay, if you're going to view men as dollar signs, and if your dollar signs are more, right? Because I played the video, she said, the white woman said, women got to outwork us. I mean, men got to outwork us.
Aaron, see, Darren, they don't be lying. See, I said this to Cheeky one day when they said, "Oh, women are looking at men as money,
They
yeah, fine.
lying
And guess what
when they
happens,
say
right,
that.
Darren? The women be hanging around men, right? And it be a dude who getting more money, right? And he gonna say this to him:
Women,
"You broke ass nigga, I'm getting more money than you. I'm better than
and
you."
guess what happens,
Right? And she gonna be sitting right next there, right, Darren?
around men, right?
What does that signal to her?
Getting more money, right?
That there's hierarchies, and the men know it.
You broke ass.
They have no problem calling the Dusties.
Right? She gonna be
They have no
sitting right
problems
next there,
telling
right,
you, right?
What
And
does
I had
that
used
signal to
it
her?
with Aaron, and
That there's
this is just
hierarchy.
like for fun now,
And the
right?
men
But I
know
remember
it.
when Dark Lake came up and he was
They have
talking,
no problem
and Aaron was
calling
like,
the
"Show me your
Dusties
bank account, Dark Lake."
They have no
And
problem telling you,
right, and Dark Lake was
right?
like, "But
And I had
Aaron,
used
we
it
supposed to be debating." He was, "Well, I debate you. Will you show me your bank account?" Because there is a hierarchy in these socioeconomic classes that we exist in within the United States of America. If you want to refuse to acknowledge it, it's probably because you're in the lower one and you're broke,
there is a
right?
hierarchy
But
in
again,
these socioeconomic classes
there's
that we
too many
exist in
examples in this
United
space
States
to
of America.
use
If
of
you
the
want to
men
refuse
that
to
talk about their wealth and the
to
people who
acknowledge it,
talk
it's
about their
probably
wealth
because you're in
when
the
they're
lower
shitting on other
position,
people. Hey,
right?
he has more money
But
than you, so
again,
why are you even talking
we
about him?
there's
Men
too
acknowledge
many
it,
examples in
but
this
they
space to
want women
use
to not
of the
acknowledge
men
it. It's
that talk about
it's
their wealth
giving
and the
it's
people who
giving
talk about their wealth
denial.
when they're shitting on other people. Hey, he has more money than you, so why are you even talking
Mhm.
about him? Men acknowledge it, but they want women to not acknowledge it. It's giving
No.
giving
We
denial.
actually that's not the case. Hold on, let me read this super chat. I love being married. Can't wait to have the fourth wife. I look at divorce as an opportunity to get a new wife, probably younger and less expensive. Ooh, we love to get those expenses down. Change the law so you get the benefit of marriage without being married on paper. They are already doing that. They are evolving the laws right now, as we say, to get benefits without being married, in which you used to have to be married. They're already changing that. Aaron, your generation of men are entitled. I know you put is, but you meant are entitled. Sure. If that's what you want to believe, then they are entitled. I don't know. I don't know.
No, I think Aaron, the point you was making earlier, I do believe that I think there are certain times when people are afraid of change, um, and change. I think some change needs to happen, and some
Uh,
change doesn't.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, I missed AL's.
I'm
Gotcha.
about to head up. Okay, go ahead.
I'll be quick. He says marriage is failing today because there seems to be no purpose or difference in doing so. It's presented as an expensive long-term relationship. I kind of understand what he mean by that because there's a clause to escape. I can leave this marriage whenever I want. And ain't nothing you can do about it, Darren. Nothing. I'm leaving. And thank you for changing your life, becoming a better man.
Aaron, do you want to
It's
keep
too
a woman
late.
that don't want to be
You
kept?
did it 2 years too late, and I've been harboring some ill will towards you because when I was pregnant, I ain't forgot you yelled at me that one time.
Exactly.
About
So
the
why?
jelly that was
Like,
in
I
the
don't
refrigerator.
understand men who do. If a woman don't want to be there
Do
and she's
I
telling you
want to
that,
keep a woman that don't want to
why
be kept?
threaten to like do something to keep her there? That's
Exactly.
weird.
Like I don't understand men who do. If a woman don't want to be there and she's telling you that,
Like,
why threaten to like do something
We
to
So
keep her
agree.
there?
can I
That's
answer
weird.
We
can I answer
agree.
that
That's why men said marriage is no need. That way you
can I
can
answer
live
that question?
whatever the hell you want.
I
Can I answer
just
that
got two
question?
things. Hold on, John. I just got two things. I think men need to work harder, uh, and learn how to communicate. And I think women need to learn how to work with who they choose. That's all I got to say. I think a lot of these women don't know how to work with the man that they chose to be with, and then the men don't want to learn how to communicate, or at least get her to communicate. Once you can get her to communicate, now you have everything you need because now you know what she really needs and what she really wants. What she really wants matters after you give her what she needs. When whatever she say she want, right? A lot of times it's capped. A lot of times it's capped. If you learn how to give her what she need, she gonna appreciate you so much for giving her what she need that what she want. If you don't give it to her at that particular time or whatever, it ain't gonna shake y'all relationship up because she know and she feel everything that she needs to feel. I could tell my wife no anytime, anytime. She ain't gonna. She might have a little
exactly.
attitude, not talking to me, but I can
And if
see
you
it in her
got
face.
good pipe
Might
game,
have a little attitude for about
half
10
of the
minutes.
issue is gonna be
Then she
solved
gonna
right
come
there.
back and lay on my lap or something.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
And if you got good pipe
Healthy
game,
sex
right?
life matters.
half of the issue is gonna be solved right there.
That's a false narrative. We're gonna keep on going though. Anyway though, but
This guy, man.
but yeah.
Healthy
So
sex life matters.
Yes, sir.
so you asked the question. You asked the question earlier. Um, why would a man want to keep a woman that
No, he
don't want
left.
to be kept? See, I'm got this question you asked, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not doing it.
So you shouldn't. Did you just drop old dude?
No, he
He
dropped
left.
on his own.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I'm not saying a man should force a woman to stay with him. This is what I made this argument. I'm not saying this all. I'm saying why a man would, because there are certain men who are honorable and understand that a woman on her own is left to fight against the world, and because men should ultimately care about the safety of women and kids and those who have
What's
been
the
left,
deal,
to take.
Aaron? What's up, baby? On this motherfucking Saturday, nigga. On this motherfucking Saturday, nigga. What's
What
up, Nick?
What's going
The
on?
kids
What's going on?
outside. See the kids outside? They outside.
Yeah. So
Yo,
like I was saying though, there are men who would want to
look, they
take
over
care of
there
kids,
too.
take care of. Hold
There's a
on, I
bunch
got
of
you.
them, man.
Hey, bro, hold on, bro. Hold on one second, man. I'm still talking.
What y'all got going on today, man?
Can he not hear?
Huh? I just got on
I'm
the
talking,
screen,
man.
baby. What's up, man?
Yeah, hold on, bro. Hey, man, hold on one second. I'm talking.
No. Finish your point, please, sir.
Yeah, like I was saying though. Go ahead, man. I let y'all rock out with though.
No. Finish your point, please, sir.
Nah, there are certain times with men in history where there are certain men in life who understand that women should not have to fight against the world. So a man who would want to keep a woman is because he understands that for her safety, he don't want her out there fighting against society alone. But now, should you make her stay? No, but that would be the reason why a man would want to.
And I think that women don't want men to stay if they don't want to stay either. And I think that's effectively why we said forget this marriage stuff. Leave when you want.
But that
Keep
goes
your
against the
own job,
minister
have
too.
your own paper, and when you leave, you ain't gotta say you ain't got no monies. Leave me, and I ain't gonna feel bad that you leave me with your money.
But
So
Aaron,
But that goes against the minister
but
too.
Aaron, but to the point you're making though,
By the King House.
when a woman leaves a man, not only do courts, but it should be traditionally. It's just, so for example, like say my wife left me, whatever we have, it's no question she's taking half because we've been married for so long. She's taking half. She don't have to take me to court for it. First of all, we built it together. She was with me the whole time. So therefore, if she did leave, there's no fight. There's no reason why. There's no fight for her to get it. We built it together.
fine. I don't have a
So
problem if you want to give her half. I don't give a damn. Like that's fair. She probably, in your eyes, have earned it. I don't
correct.
disagree with that, right? But let me ask you this, right? And because you're a little bit older, so it's older.
Fair.
How about she take half, right? And then she also wants you to pay alimony until she get on her feet. What is that? How does that sound?
How is that not fair, John?
It doesn't sound fair. It doesn't sound fair
So
at
you trying
all.
to tell me after
So that's what I'm saying. That's an option as well.
I mean, yeah, she probably been
Correct.
getting
So
mediocre dick for the last 10
I
years,
guess the point
pushing
I was
out
trying to make
babies,
was
How is that not
living like
fair?
Mrs. Crowder, and now
Because
you
she don't
want
have
her like a
another
woman who
dude
can't
in
even
there
get a car. Now she
smacking
got to
while
go
he
out into the
paying. That's
world
why.
I
and
mean,
be
yeah, she
broke
probably
on
been
some
getting
Diary of a
mediocre
Mad
dick for the
Black Woman
last 10
stuff.
years,
This is how y'all
particularly
create bitter women.
living like Mrs. Crowder, and now you want her like a woman who can't even get a car. Now she got to go out
That
into
should
the
be an
world
option.
and be broke on some Diary of a Mad Black Woman stuff. This is how y'all create
no. I
bitter
didn't.
women.
Hold on.
No, he
I
was
didn't say.
saying
Hold on.
half is fine,
I
but
get.
half with
I,
alimony is excessive.
it's too
Like,
far. I gave
That
her.
should
We
be an
gave.
option.
We gave her half. We gave her half to walk. For example, like I don't believe in divorce. Period. I'm just on speaking on. We don't speaking on just in general here. If she decided to leave, there's no fight. She takes half. It's not even a fight because after 28 years or 30 years, whatever the time
Get the
frame is,
kids by my
she
house.
deserves that.
can I
So,
ask y'all a
but
question?
did go ahead.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
well,
Were you done?
let me read this super chat real
Shame.
quick, then I'll get right to you. Marry a woman from Perry Unlikely says, marry a woman that does not want to be a leader. That's hard to say because they hide it. If that's an
Shame.
issue, people are marrying and don't really know each other. Men will wife a chick who gave it up on the first night accept success. Well, that's the thing, Perry. Unlikely. People have the option to marry whoever they want. There are no requirements. Just say yes. That's the whole. That's the point that I'm saying. Uh, go ahead, Venus. Go ahead.
Because it's a lot of men up here. I had a question, right? Because men don't want to really get married right now. So I wanted to know, is money the main reason behind that? Is it
No,
fear of being left? Is it
no. So, in my opinion, the main reason is that I know I can keep I can keep my end of the bargain up. I know I can. We can't trust you guys to do it. And because we can't trust you guys to do it, because y'all prove over and over again, I don't care what I said. It's over. I don't want to be with you no more. I know men will be unhappily married. Unhappily married. And a man will tell another man, bro, you gonna have to grind that out. You know what I mean? You took a vow. A woman will tell another woman, girl, if you ain't happy, girl, you gonna go ahead and leave them. And if enough women get in your head to tell y'all that, that's what's gonna happen. So since we know y'all don't really stand on nothing, and everything that y'all supposed to stand on is a contingent on what we do, which is somewhat fine, but then you got to pick the guy that's fair to, and y'all don't do well at that. Leave whenever you want to leave. Take your money whenever you want to take it, and we ain't get married because you ain't got to have none of mine. Because I don't want to have a reason for us to get to dislike each other, hate each other. You equally going your own way. When people break up and you ain't take no money from them, they don't feel old. It's more than fair in life. But when you make me have to commit to something and you take from me, no, that's not good.
so it is about money
It's
then?
not just about money.
Hold on. So Venus, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Why is your name Rude by Venus?
Really?
No, I'm just not. It's not. I'm not trying to come at you. It's not a sneak attack.
I think
It's
you
just
know
fun.
why, if you're asking. But I am a
I actually
Taurus.
don't know.
Okay,
I
I'm a
don't know.
Taurus, and every house in the zodiac is ruled by a planet, and Venus is the planet that rules the house of Taurus. That's why.
Okay, that's too
Look at
intelligent for
Aaron.
me.
That's
That's
why I
way too
didn't even want
intelligent.
to get
That's
into
way
the
too.
zodiac talk
I
because
don't.
then
I
they
don't
tune
do.
out. Like,
Yeah, I don't do zodiac talk either. But yeah, for what Aaron just gave you was generally a load of crap. Uh, he knows exactly why men don't want to get married because
It's
it's in the
traditional.
title.
I'm sorry.
Progression is the reason why men don't want to get married anymore. It's not just money. It's because what's title of the show again,
Oh,
Aaron?
Aaron, now happiness
Yeah,
matter.
it's not just
You
money.
see what I'm saying?
It's
You
also
saying like
the
earlier you
fact
said
of
happiness
knowing
didn't
that
matter when
we
we had
will
that
be
conversation. Now
unhappily
you're gonna say
married
we're
and
gonna
you
be
won't.
unhappily
So
married.
why
This
should
is
I have
that
to commit
bandit
to
Oh, Aaron,
something?
now hypocrisy that I talked
happiness
about,
matter.
Aaron.
Say that
You see what
again.
I'm saying? You saying like earlier you
So
said
earlier
when I
happiness
said
didn't matter when we
happiness
had that
matters
conversation. Now
and you
you're gonna say we're
disagreed to
gonna be
that, you say what
unhappily
now?
married.
This is that bandit hypocrisy that I talked about,
That's
Aaron.
not hypocrisy. That's literally proving my point.
So earlier when
But
I
why
said
would
happiness
his
matters
unhappiness
and you
matter?
disagreed to that, you say earlier what you now? Said happiness
That's
don't
proving my
matter.
point because I said a man will stay married unhappily. He's just gonna deal with the fact that he got to be
So
unhappy.
why would his unhappiness
Then
Then why
matter
complain
if
about your
you
unhappiness
earlier
then?
you said happiness
Just
don't
shut the
matter?
fuck up and be unhappy.
It doesn't matter to a man. As we're trying to tell you, a man doesn't care about being happy in marriage. A man cares about commitment. If
Then
even if
why
he's
complain
unhappy,
about your unhappiness then?
he's not
Shut the fuck
complain
up and be unhappy.
he's answering Venus's question. Why do men not want to get married now? And he was saying that men do want to get married. Well, men don't mind getting married. Men don't mind being married.
That's
They just don't
cap.
want. They don't. If they do get married, they don't mind being unhappy. Women mind being happy. Men don't care. And it's not about
That's cap.
money. It's not
That's
about.
cap.
I don't understand that about men. Like, why would you choose unhappiness when you may even have an option at happiness? Like, I don't understand that thinking.
It's cap.
Well, the reason why men don't we don't put happiness before we don't put happiness before what's best for the family. So if it's best for my wife and my kids that I'm there to protect them and provide for them, I will put my happiness to the side because
And
it's
you know, I
about
have
duty.
an opinion that if if the parents are miserable, sometimes that might not be the best environment for the children.
But
That's
that's
what
what I'm
women
saying. We
love
don't.
to say.
But we don't. But
That's a
we don't
famous
care. But we
line.
don't care. We don't care about feelings though, because feelings is when they come down to feelings. What happens is you hurt the kids. You hurt, and the kids are left alone to fight a battle that they shouldn't be fighting. But if I stay in the picture and I put my feelings to the side, and you put your feelings to the side, and we recognize the commitment that we made to God, we put the commitment first.
No simping today. I told
Wow.
you. Ain't gonna be no simping today.
The real men get kicked off.
I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it because
Yeah,
every
okay, okay.
situation is different. But I will say this: men, all right, when you guys take the vows, right? It seems like the one that matters the most is like you single out which one, right? So you're
Let's see
saying,
what we got
well,
going
we're
on
staying
here.
committed to the vows. Meanwhile, sometimes
I
those
probably
men
was
have
echoing. I kept
broken
my mic
a
on.
few of the other ones, but the only one that really matter is don't like till death do us part. So I don't really think that's fair to like use
All the vow,
vows
all
as an
the,
Right,
all
I'm
the,
excuse.
muting my
all the
mic
vow,
on
all the
Aaron's
vows are
show,
important. All the vows.
and we can just chill and watch their stream at this point.
I know what she was doing.
Right.
Yeah,
No, that's why I said I didn't want to
And I
because I
do
know it's
have
not
two
every
different
time,
mics
but
open.
No,
you know.
I know, but if you
Yeah,
talk to
there you
most
go.
women, right, and
I'm
this
probably
is
used
the
the built-in
problem.
microphone.
Most women think men cheat. Y'all do, and y'all pray and
Yeah, I'm
hope
loaded. I'm using
that
my
a
iPad
man
for Aaron's
won't do
show.
it.
I
But
do
if
think
y'all in
most
your
men cheat.
mind,
Yeah.
huh?
I do
Y'all
think most
believe
men
that,
cheat.
right?
I
Yes.
got an hour
Yes.
though.
But
We
why
can
do
run
you
some
think that though?
Fortnite.
Why do
No,
you
John,
think
hold
that?
on, John.
Go ahead.
That regardless of that point, y'all know this even when getting married to these men. Y'all putting yourself in a failing situation because y'all will say, I can be saved, you're not God, you cannot judge me. If I sin, I can be forgiven. So if a man sins in your marriage, it's not on you to decide to leave him or not. It's on God to decide. But y'all pick
They
and
really
choose.
mad that
How
people
did you
want
reach
happiness.
that far for that point?
It's
How
not a
far
reach.
did you have to reach for that?
It's not a reach.
That
Well,
is a
wait,
yardstick
Aaron,
of a
let me
reach.
say this. I don't know, right? I'm not married,
All right, let's see.
but I've seen women, in my experience, don't
All right,
just
hold on.
leave because of one offense, right? Like if he cheated, oh, I'm getting a divorce. That's not typically how that goes. It's usually a ton of things that has now worn on her so much that she can't even look at him the same, and so she can't be there. Like it's not like, well, you know, you get forgiven. Humans are human. People make mistakes. You're gonna disappoint your wife at some point.
No, I get
It's gonna
it. So
disappoint you.
I get it. But okay, if you accept a man for being a man, you won't never dislike him. You won't never have a disdain towards him.
Well, no, because this could go for men and women, Aaron. Can people change? Can people become progressively better or worse over time? That can happen, right? If somebody can become, you know, abusive and maybe they weren't, somebody can become just extremely negative and maybe they weren't. Someone can come extremely
Why is it
lazy and not
always
tending to
negative?
the responsibilities in the house and maybe they weren't. Like
Okay.
there's a lot of things that can happen that could change the dynamics of the relationship. I don't think that's really fair to say not accepting a man. Like I think all humans can like either like progress or like kind
Okay.
of
Let me give you an example, right? Because I agree with what you're saying. People change, right? But let me give you one of the biggest things, right? Your body might change after you have a kid, and might not be as attracted to you as we used to be.
that's real.
The same
That's
can
a
be
real
said
thing.
about
Yeah.
short men
Oh my God! Like, what, Flora? Why
or
are you so
small
triggered
penis.
right now?
Oh,
So why would you marry a short
well,
man
that's
and
not
a small?
fair, Flora, because you would know that from the beginning. His height or his penis
Why
won't
would you
change.
marry a short man if you don't like
Because
short
she's
men?
just a troll, y'all. We
I
not.
know.
No,
That's what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying because sometimes those men will behave more nicely.
The
They'll quote
wife,
unquote
and you
simp in the
find something
beginning.
very special. That's
But
something
then
from
when they
God.
change later, all these things become glaringly.
Hold on 1 second. Flora, let me ask you a question because you said that's a reach. Who determines if your sins will be forgiven? A human or God?
I'm not religious, so that question is irrelevant to me.
So why did you say I was
Wait.
reaching when I made a statement is you don't get to determine if the sin will be forgiven or not? You said it's a reach.
Because you're assuming what women have to tolerate just because of one thing they believe. It's a reach. Like you're just
That's not
going.
what I said. You want me to repeat it?
Yes, repeat it,
Okay.
please.
If a man sins in your marriage or whatnot, you don't get to determine if you forgive him for said sins or not, because it's not for you to forgive his sins. Only God can do that. How is that a reach?
First of all, that's intellectually dishonest because
Oh my
that is your partner. You think they're gonna look at you like they're
I didn't
reading the
ask if I
scripture?
see something.
You
I
you
didn't
you
ask
didn't
I'm
if I
just
you
see
saying,
you, you
it's
didn't hear the
then not
question.
dishonest to expect that that women in a relationship
it's
are gonna be like, oh, you cheated. Let me divert to the Bible for how I feel. That's some chronic.
No,
that's
That's
some
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 why
women
assholery.
some women actually will. Like honestly, some women will. Like people who are real believers, like who take it seriously, some of them might. However, even with that, there is a limit, right? That same woman,
Right.
you could do it 4 more times, and now she just can't even bring herself. She just can't accept it anymore.
Then it becomes a question of your faith at that point.
Yeah, my faith is in God, not in man. So if I see the man ain't changing, okay, bye.
So no, that so for the very hold on. So
my point is my point.
I'm glad you said that.
This is why
Your
you don't
faith is
follow deities.
that's why you fall. Okay, your faith is in God.
You say you
Correct.
don't follow deities,
No.
but you
She
follow
does.
man? Phew,
I
that's
follow
insane.
who? Who said I follow
Man, like
man?
humans.
Girl, speak for yourself.
You said you don't follow deities, so what do you follow?
Nothing.
She doesn't follow
That's
anything.
even worse, honestly. But I mean, my opinion.
She lives on her own.
Exactly.
She makes it happen for herself. But
Independent.
yeah, so Aaron, this is like what we this is what you this is the word that you're trying to create right now, this progression. Because right now this conversation is a picture of progression. In the middle, we're trying to progress into something. We're leaving traditionalism. We're going into this future, and we're in between now. And right now, how do we navigate this? That's what we're talking about right now. How to navigate
Well,
this.
we are definitely talking about that right now, and that part of the reason is that it's men
And
are
so,
having a
go ahead, my
problem
bad.
identifying where they fit in this wishy-washy world, right? Women don't have to stand on nothing. They can flip. Well, I changed my mind. I ain't standing on that. We're human beings. Da, 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 da. A man changed his mind. You took a vow. You got to stand on that. You're a man. And men are like,
All right,
that's dumb.
back.
It don't make sense for me to
Jesus.
play tennis, to tie up one of my legs and let you have two.
That was a long
It,
time.
it's just not working for the men, and it's
That was a
more
long time.
working for the women. The women are not
What
complaining
the fuck
about
are you
getting their
talking about
education.
now?
The women are not complaining about getting their job. Their complaint is they're
Single
not able
motherhood.
to control men. And then the ones that say
Now
they
you're
can
talking about single
control men,
moms.
they use a
Can
certain
you
method to do
provide
it.
proof that there are women who want to control men?
Single motherhood. High rates of single
Where,
motherhood.
but you're just saying a general thing. Where's the proof? Where are the women saying they want to control men?
Okay, look at
Shame.
the statistics.
What
I'll
is that
wait.
a serious question?
Look at the
Wait, how does
statistics.
single mother rates contribute to controlling a man? I need to understand that.
Oh,
They're
that has
just
a lot to
saying
do with it
anything.
because no, seriously. If you have women who Aaron's right, women have a control complex. Everything is about you, your
Mhm.
house, your degree, your child.
I gotta get my
That's
ultimate
the
pass
construct
again.
that you all created. That's
When I
what
get the
y'all.
ultimate
That's
pass, guys, we're gonna
I don't
play
blame y'all for that because a lot of that is how y'all was raised. A
we're
lot
gonna
of your mothers
play
and your fathers,
Star Wars
they
game
told
all the way
y'all,
through.
yes, you don't need a man. Focus on your education. Focus on this.
No.
Focus on that.
So
And
what
that's
about if
exactly
that
what a
doesn't
lot of you
apply?
did.
I'm
What if that doesn't
sensing
apply? What if no
lag.
one told you that?
But do
That's
Now
the
what?
culture.
Now why
That's
don't
the
they
culture.
want these men?
That's the
if no
culture.
one
That's the
told you
culture.
if no one told you that, are you still living that though? Do you still live your life in such a way where you say I don't need a man?
No.
I don't that these are
So
my
if the
kids
answer
or
is
the
no,
or,
so
or,
if the answer is
have
no,
a
then
man?
what?
Do you
no
have a
no
man?
You
no
might
no
you
no
guys
no
never
no
answer questions about your personal relationship, so don't ask me shit.
No,
no
I'm
we're not
married.
I'm not
married.
asking you anything. I'm not asking you
I was
anything.
talking to
I'm
the other dude who asked me if I was married, so continue
I'm
whatever
making
the hell you're about to say.
I'm making a
Okay.
statement. I'm sorry, ma'am. Your name is what's your name? Flora. Flora. I'm gonna be respectful to you, right? I'm not gonna curse at you, and I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna have a general
Look
conversation
at
with you,
how
right?
these
And I
bandits
ask
are
you in the
talking
same
about her
that you would do the
now.
same to me. Can we do that? Can we agree to do that?
Bandit
Oh, she
talk
got booted
continues.
for a few minutes from the panel.
She ain't gonna do it. She's not gonna have a civilized conversation.
Well,
That's
she's
never
not.
gonna happen.
She's not
Oh
there
shit,
anymore.
let me swap these.
Even
Okay.
if she was, that'll never happen. She ain't never gonna have this because it's not
Well,
about
I
having
don't.
a civilized
I don't.
conversation.
I'm not gonna assume that she wouldn't. That's why I was gonna ask the question
No,
first.
you don't have to assume. You can look at how she handled you. Look at how she answered those questions. The defensiveness. That tells you right there.
Shut
Look,
up.
you can't say, okay, I want to have a conversation, and then the person just come up and slap you. You know what I mean? It has to be already on a level term. She wasn't coming at you like she wanted to have a conversation. She
Well,
got
no,
to think
what?
about what I said.
No, I know she got offended by what you said, but what it was like, so basically, you were speaking to her, and then I was speaking to her. Then she kind of got frustrated. So what I want to give her the opportunity, the chance, like, hey,
Let's
I'm
not get caught up on that particular person.
no, I got you, but go ahead. I was trying to make a point. I was trying to make a
Yeah, I
point, but go
know.
ahead.
I just want to ask Venus because they're asking me, do women want to control men? Like I'm making this up, right? So let me ask you this: isn't it reasonable to say if a woman can't find a man that she's willing to concede control to, she will deal with a man that she can control?
That's fair. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think it's a little bit deeper than how you put it though. It's just natural like balance of energy. That could be between two men, two women, two friends. There is always going to be a dominant and a submissive
Let
one,
her
right?
finish. You fucking
So that kind
bandit.
of just explains what you said. It's in our nature to either be the dominant one or be the submissive one. When
But
it
when it
No,
comes
come
it's
when it
to
it's and
when it
it's
and
comes
when it co- I'm sorry,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry, I
I'm
just
sorry.
want
You
to
still no,
finish.
no, you were still
When it
talking. Go
comes
ahead.
when it comes to women, unfortunately, she has to like respect you in a certain way for that to even be possible. Like she's not gonna submit if she doesn't respect you. That's just not gonna happen.
that's called conditional femininity, conditional submissiveness, and that's not how that works.
No, that's not. Well, you could call it whatever you want. It's for your own safety. There,
It's
there
not in a
should be
woman's nature
there
to
there
be
should be conditions to
dominant.
submission. Are you like so women should walk around submitting to everyone just because she has a vagina? That makes
Yes,
no
No,
she should.
no,
She
no
that's
should.
no
that's
absolutely not.
that's
Absolutely
not.
not.
But see, you have to understand what submission means. Submission has nothing to do with being
Ladies, y'all
treated
hear how these bandits are talking?
unfairly or
Y'all,
being
y'all
treated
hear it for
poorly. Submission
yourselves.
has to deal with
They have
being
absolutely
covered,
no
being
respect
protected. That's what
for
submission is really
women
about.
at all.
And a lot of women escape protection and covering because they want to do it on their own.
Okay,
Think
so let
about
me
it
ask
like
you
this.
something. Are there dangerous men in the world? Yes or
Of
no?
course, there are dangerous men in the
Okay,
world.
let me
No
ask you another question.
respect.
Are
Can't let
there
her finish
men
the
who
statement.
may have bad
Bandit
intentions but
alert.
do not show it right away? Yes or no?
Yeah, and
Yes.
So do you think it's a good
those men
idea?
are in jail.
But
Those men are in
no, they're
jail.
not all in jail.
Those men are in
Hold
jail.
on. Let her talk. Let her talk.
So
Let her
do
get it out,
you
Granddad.
think knowing that and also just understanding the physical disadvantage that most women have, with all of that considered, you think it's a good idea for women to submit to every man she comes across just
I
because she
never
has a
said
vagina?
I never said a
No,
woman
I
should
would
So
say
submit
then
to
you
every
agree
man that she.
submission
And let me
should be
know,
Yes,
guys,
conditional,
that this
right?
is
there is
You
lagging.
no
agree?
Y'all
such
know I'm
thing
playing the
as
game on
Yes.
conditional
here.
submission,
We're
but
doing a
that's not what
lot.
submission is. Once again,
It's given
see, when
new.
we
It's
talk about
given time to get a new iMac.
submission is about protection. The like this whole argument about the patriarchy and the precedent. No, the patriarchy. What has happened is men have
What the
created
You
fuck
don't
is
a
he
think that's
talking
system.
about?
crazy? You
Men
see
have
all five
created
cards of that? One, two, three, four, five, six. All six is mine.
what? All right. Anyway, men have created a system in an environment in which women can be protected. All women have to do
Oh,
is
shit.
just operate in who they are as women. All they have to do is just cooperate with the men. That's all it has to be. And cooperation, submission, it doesn't have to be them being treated fairly or them not having their own rights or whatever the case may be. It's just cooperation. Men just want cooperation. A man has no problem going out and building a house, building whatever he has to build for a woman to come in and nest or whatever the case may be. The issue is the women of today don't want that. They want to
Sim God.
go out, do everything, and then have a man kind of be like a keychain along with everything, to be an accessory
You
to
guys
her life.
do a lot of projection when you have these conversations. As a man, you can't talk to me, a woman, and tell me what women want and like this blanket statement. That's not true.
So you
But
don't think that women want to
so
be protected?
of
Isn't that
course
what black
women.
women cry about all the time?
No,
Protection.
you just said women want to control everything and have you as a keychain.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
the
I'm.
culture now. That's the culture now.
And
That's the new culture.
okay, so back to what I was trying to explain to you. Like it is for a woman. It's a woman. It's in a woman's best interest for her submission to be conditional. For her own safety, it should be conditional.
Okay.
That
don't
is just
teach.
my
I don't.
opinion.
Let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question.
Hold on, Great Dane. I agree with Venus. It's in their best interest to be conditional, but they should be feminine. That doesn't mean they should be submissive. The problem is they don't tend to be feminine. They tend to be very masculine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
So I have
where
a
the
question
issue
here.
lies. I don't think you should submit to just random guys. I can agree with you on that, but you should be feminine towards them.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I
here's my
understand that
question to
because
both of y'all.
they're two
Exactly.
different
When
things.
he's
Yeah.
earned it.
My question then would be, okay, if we're going to say it's conditional, under which conditions should a
Exactly.
woman be
His
submissive?
financial
Under what
behavior,
conditions?
etc., etc.
When she feels
Exactly.
safe,
Okay.
when she's seen based on his behavior that he is someone she can have confidence in to follow.
Okay, so let me ask you
Right?
a
He
question.
makes good decisions. He's consistent, right? She
How do
sees these
we?
characteristics. Let me just finish. She sees these characteristics and now she understands, like, yeah, I can submit myself to that. This is a safe space for me to do that. Right? The woman has to see that first.
So how do you measure? So how do you measure your feelings?
What do you mean? How do I measure my feelings?
That's what I'm asking
You
you.
gotta watch
How
the
do you how
vibes, cause these niggas weird.
how do you know what level of feelings do you have to know that you're safe? How do you measure that?
I don't have a level of feeling. I just pay attention to people's behavior. If I see this man got his stuff together, he seemed to have his monies together already in my mind. He seems like a responsible man. If he's respectful to me, he doesn't like get overly angry and yell and curse and scream at me. Even when he's upset, he seems like a safe person to be around, right? Like I just
So
watch the
basically,
behavior. I don't
so
know.
basically, so basically, it's subjective to you.
It's
It's
subjective to
it's
everybody. Like I don't get
no
this.
correct,
Like
correct, no
what?
correct. It's correct. It's subjective to you. So basically, what you decide based on how you view people if they're safe or not. Now, have your feelings ever been wrong?
Not really, no.
Okay,
I
I
can
can't
usually
argue with
tell
that.
pretty
I
quick
can't
if a
argue.
man is not a safe person. I could
I
I
can't
have,
tell.
I
argue
have
with
a,
that one.
I have a follow-up question in that. So you're saying, so you gave me the conditions. So what percentage of men in society do you think fit
Venus
those
is
conditions? If you had to,
eating and she ain't leaving
I honestly
no
have no idea. I
crumbs.
hate the percentage thing. I don't know, but based on what I can see, not a lot.
No crumbs.
okay.
Yeah,
So you're
so
saying, so you're
well,
saying most of
I,
the men out today are not worth basically marrying.
Remember, I'm just one person, right? You might talk to another
Oh, look
woman,
at this
she
nigga.
might
Well, I
feel a
mean,
different way.
the statistics, I mean, say because most, especially the black, well,
This nigga think
40% of the
he's
children born
Mr.
in America
Fantastic.
today are born to single mothers. In the black community, that's 72% of the children born are born to single mothers. So there's a lot of women who probably agree with what you're saying. I'm just trying. I just want to get down to the through the weeds of it. So what percentage of men would you think
Uh oh.
are fit that those conditions? Because it's funny to me, we have conditions like that, but then you have women who will still get pregnant by these same guys who don't fit the conditions of what they were submit to.
I think, well, I don't
And the
have.
guys that fit the conditions, like let's say, i.e., and I hate to use this example, but your Russell Wilsons of the world, they get overlooked.
Well, I'm not a mom. I can't really speak to what would make a woman have a child by somebody that she knows she's not confident in.
I can tell you
So
why.
I honestly don't know.
I can tell you why. So she can maintain control over her life. If she deals with a guy who's responsible, he's gonna hold her accountable and he's gonna want to be involved in the child's life. If she deals with a guy who's a bum, who got that good, what Lotto say, that big dick energy, he knows how to put it down, but he has no relationship skills. She'll
Hold
pretty
on,
much.
hold on. You think you have a child, right?
Yeah, I have a child. I have a daughter.
You think women are
I want to hear
choosing
my game now.
to do that alone just to get some
Yes,
good
there are
penis?
some women.
Like, wait,
I know.
can you stop cutting me off? Just to get some good sex because you're saying it like they're avoiding responsible men. I just want to understand what you said. They're avoiding responsible partners and they're going after partners who they know are irresponsible so that they can then be single moms. Like you
You are
think?
correct.
Nah, I don't
It's
agree with that.
and I know it's because it's crazy. And I don't personally, I don't think that's something you would do. But I've literally talked to hundreds of women who have made that same claim. I've even talked to young teenage girls who have who
Wait,
have
and
said
they've told
they
you they
I,
purposefully
they
chose a person who's not a provider. That they
they
purposely
told
chose
me
to
what
struggle and
they
raise a kid alone. They told you that?
what they told me is they would rather have the kid instead of the man. I had a 16-year-old ask me. She said, "Is it possible for me to just have a kid without a man?" She said, I don't want the man. I just want the kid."
They don't want
That
you
is
niggas
what's
because you
happening
niggas
today.
are
This
abusive.
generation today, it started really with Generation X, but now what you're seeing is you have women, they don't want a man. They don't want the man. Because you got to think, let's say if a woman hypothetically, and I've seen this because I've dated these types of women. If you have a woman who has 3 kids by 2 different guys, that means that she had at least 2 chances to have to be married to somebody. And to me, it doesn't hold up in court to say, well, he was good enough to have kids with, but he wasn't good enough to marry.
Wait, let me
Because
ask you a
either way,
question.
you're tethered to him. You're tethered to him for life.
How does 3 kids equal 3 opportunities to get married? That's not what
Well,
that means.
that is exactly what that means. Because
No,
the
it's
whole
not. That
point,
doesn't.
the
None of those
whole
men could have ever wanted to even marry her. That's not 3
okay,
opportunities. That's
but
3
then so then
times she had sex.
okay, but once again, why did she? Because you got to think. Let's say we're talking about Generation X and the preceding generations in which we have the bit before it became illegal. You had the ability to
Cry
go through
babies,
that
man.
procedure to not have a child. You have all these contraceptives. You have birth control, condoms, all these different things. You have all these different protections to not have a child, but yet they still chose to have a child. I know women who are social workers that I've talked to who even talk about how there are women who had kids with guys they knew weren't shit on purpose. That's a choice.
So here's the problem with what
After
you're
3
saying.
times,
Here's the problem. Again, guys, men, you guys for some reason like to you try to simplify women, and women are like one of the most complex beings you could imagine, right? So you have to consider people hitting the quote unquote wall and then deciding, you know what, I need to have a child. I'm running out of time. You have to consider people's beliefs where they just, I don't condone deletion. You have to like, there's so many scenarios that can result in a child, but in your mind, you think every single mom just ran out there and decided to
I'm
go
feeling
sleep
like
with
all
a
your
trash
snacks,
dude
guys.
and
My
struggle the rest of
kids,
the
it's
child.
looking
Like
like a snack
that
day.
makes
not
no
not
sense.
I wouldn't say every single mom, but I will address what you said. Women, yes, women are complex. The reason why women are complex is because you all think one way, then you say something else out of your mouth, and then you act a totally different way. That's what makes you all complex.
No, I just think that both men and women communicate in 2 completely different ways. And until we both understand how to understand the opposite sex, you're gonna make comments like you just made. You just simply don't
Well,
understand women. You
no,
don't.
I understand women, but the issue is I understand women. That's the issue. I understand women, but understanding women is not going to solve the problem. The problem is
It
going to be
absolutely
solved.
would solve the problem. If
Well,
both
okay,
genders, women don't understand men and men don't understand women. That's the issue. The
so
way
you think
we do, the way we
I don't know about that. I don't know
so
about
you
that.
you think men should understand the fullness of women and who they are.
I think both have to in order for it to work.
Okay, all right.
I
So I would
I'm
say
kind of bored with
I
Aaron
did a
shutting out,
video
guys.
on why men love 304 is because those women spend an extensive amount of time studying men and understanding who they are. And the only reason that men can't put their trust in them because they can't trust them because they
Ain't got the
304s.
cases
But
on
all
that
the
bitch.
other things about the vibes, how much chill, how they that is real. The other women that think they better than 304s, I'm not saying you're not. Y'all don't put the same type of work in studying and understanding men.
No,
And
I
that's
agree.
why
That's why I said
That show's kind of boring me now. Like super boring me. Alright, y'all, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here, bro. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna lay down. These niggas got me sleeping.